Meanwhile, you're always about women's business. Always talking about the sisters. Always talking to the sisters. They've got mahrams. They've got walis. They've got their guardians. And it isn't you. I mean, I hate to use their terminology, but this is about the most beta thing you can possibly do. Always in the women's section. And the irony is that these are the same ones who are endlessly droning on and on about masculinity. Meanwhile, you can't do the basic thing, the most basic thing that men do as men, which is to ignore women. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't mean that in an obnoxious way, but women have their world, their sphere, and men have their world and their sphere. But meanwhile, you're always trying to weasel your way into the sphere of women, under the guise of nasiha, under the guise of advice. But you're just like a peeping Tom who's trying to justify why he's doing what he's doing by saying that you're just trying to check up on the sisters to make sure that they're safe. No, it's not your business. The men are over here, brother. Meanwhile, you keep sliding your way back to where the sisters are. And this is very disrespectful. It's very insulting to their walis. I mean, let's take this offline, Let me catch you on the street talking to my wife or talking to my sisters about how they shouldn't go out, or they shouldn't go to the gym, or they shouldn't go to school, or you don't like the way they're dressed, or what have you. I wish you would. You better hope that that red pill you took is a painkiller, because you're going to be dancing cheek to cheek with the concrete here.
Get your life, baby. I got my why you can serve my mind, baby. Feeling me, that's why they killing me, lately. Get your life. Get your life, baby. I got my why you can serve my mind, baby. Feeling me, that's why they killing me, lately. Your life. Run up when you see me, no disguises. Keep that thing with me, cause I don't do surprises. J Chanel, show and tell, all facts, no lies, streak. Get your life, cause I'm the type to come to it at 9 quick. Eyes on me, what you care for? Watching me, baby, care for. If you ain't a fan, where the cameras? Hide in the back with the bellboys. My circle so restricted. Hands raised like it's your religion. When I sleep, pay close attention. Fake friends out here pretending. Get your life, baby. I got my why you can serve my mind, baby. Feeling me, that's why they killing me, lately. Get your life. Get your life, baby. I got my why you can serve my mind, baby. Feeling me, that's why they killing me, lately. Get your life.
Focus there.
Watch them cause they after me like a pot of gold. I'm not for play, ask Keisha if you don't know. I'm a little bit cray-cray, approach me, you better be right. If you don't come correctly, you can catch these cans tonight. Eyes on me, what you care for? Watching me, baby, care for. If you ain't a fan, why the cameras? Hide in the back with the bellboys. My circle's so restricted. Hands raised like it's your religion. When I sleep, pay close attention. Fake friends out here pretending. Get your life, baby. I got my why you can serve my mind, baby. Feeling me, that's why they killing me, lately. Get your life. Get your life, baby. I got my why you can serve my mind, baby. Feeling me, that's why they killing me, lately. Get your life,
boo.
Good morning, good evening, good night, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's your nighttime, right time DJ Music, and welcome to another episode of The Chop Shop. Give me a one or two down there in the listening lounge there, Candy Cane Lane, if you can hear me. How you doing? Happy Monday to all those good folks. Wow, it is the 29th of June already. Just thinking that 6 months gone already, folks. But as we see in the YouTube streets, even though 6 months have gone in this year already, we still got the same fuckery going on. Thank you very much, there, Candy Cane Lane. Thank you very much. Hope you had a great weekend. For all the you that are surfing out in the cloud, I tell you what, it's going to be about the angry man. Y'all see it right there on the screen. Nothing but pure angry man. I ran into a young lady this weekend, which kind of inspired this. I kind of had some things in the, I'll say in the files on the angry man, but it just solidifies my point. 15 years ago, 11 years ago, 12 years ago, this guy's still saying the same exact things that he was saying then, he's saying now. But he likes to take the claim that he built, this so-called red pill space, this manosphere space. Me personally, angry man, let me turn my music down here. Me personally, angry man, I wouldn't take credit for that. I would not take credit for building, as I like to refer to, the island of misfits. But since you want to take credit for it, go ahead, great. Since you want to take credit for it there, angry man, let's talk about it. Now, if you're out in the cloud somewhere, if one of your angryettes want to come through and defend anything that I have to say, anything we talk about, then by all means, let's do that. What's up there, Wilbert Howard? How you doing? Good to see you. Already, I've never met Wilbert before, but here's somebody I've never met before that has the same nasty opinion about you already, angry man. Never seen Wilbert before. But Wilbert says, angry man is a chump. I think for some reason or the other, we're going to see a lot of that today when folks come in, saying how they disagree with you. Now, I've been around you for years. I think 2013, 2014, 2015, all through the blog talk radio era, all through the masculine mercenary era, all through the different facets of the angry man that you have tried to change yourself to make yourself relevant, even running all up in white folks' faces. Remember how you was cheering on Just Pearly Things when she said that slavery was a choice? Remember how you ran up on the blue-haired god Destiny, and one of the very first things that came out your mouth, that black women, or women in particular, but you focused on black women, that they only went to school and higher education to get degrees in basket weaving. Out of your own mouth. And that was 10, 11 years ago. And basically, you're still on this campaign about how bad women are, in particular black women. You adapted this moniker called the Beano Nation, black in name only. So I'll ask you, angry man, or any of your other detractors that want to come up here, how can you be black in name only when you claim yourself to be a black man? So everywhere that you go, angry man, they're going to see you as a black man. It's not name only when I walk into a store. It's not name only. Yeah, basket weaving. That's what he said, Candy Cane. It's not name only when I'm driving in my car. They identified me as black automatically. Now, you can try and distract yourself, extract yourself from the black community all you want to. But I'm here to tell you there's enough of those. Let me go ahead and give this disclaimer. I'm not talking about all white Americans. But there's enough white Americans out there that will give you your black card quick, that will tell you that you're just one of them. And you're just a tool that we use to infiltrate. We like little homie folks like you. We like folks that'll get on the screen and scream at the top of their lungs about how nasty black women are. We like guys like you until we can't use you no more. But as I said, Angry Man, it's not only me that thinks that way about you. So let's go, before we listen to you brag on yourself and listen to you at some other podcasts that you hang out on. Let's listen to you and let's see how much sense you really make. To me, you are dumb as a bag of rocks. You don't know your hole from your ass from a hole in the wall. Me personally speaking, I can honestly say if I met you in real life, it would not take me long to deduce that I would not like you. There's nothing about you. I don't see any redeeming qualities in you as someone that I would want to befriend now, then, or ever. You're a loudmouth schnook. That's how I see you. A loudmouth schnook. And I'm not the only one that thinks that way. So let me take this off the screen here. Y'all like to go over and talk shit about people. And I generally try to be nice about how I speak about folks. I generally try not to call your names. But y'all don't mind doing it. Y'all don't mind calling folks out their names. Y'all don't mind giving black men and black people. There goes another one. Kira, welcome in. Kira, Kiba. I think that's how you say your name. I ain't got my reading glasses on. Kiba, I'm sorry if I mispronounce your name, but there's someone else I've never met in my life, Angry Man. But they all say there's two people right now I've never met. They say the same thing about you. You're a chump. So let's go to somebody that knew you from the past. Her name, they affectionately call her Ren, but she knows you. She knows you quite well. So let's see what Ren has to say about you. It'll start in just a minute. Hold on. Ren, you ready? Let me get to where it's playing something there, folks. Why there is no sound here.
How to be a good woman.
There we go.
Years of continual.
There we go. We got to it. There we go.
Now, I would think, and this is not even so much about Angry Man as it is the mentality that still exists in this community when it comes to relationship talk. And I mean, like this, from when I started doing this stuff, this is over almost 15 years of continual nonsense. Like nobody is growing up. And so for me, my main issue is Angry Man is sitting here. I believe he's older than me. So you over half of 100 and you are still out here giving young people stupid ass advice. So let's just listen. And I just want to challenge people who listen to this nonsense. When are you going to grow up and think for yourself?
Thank you.
And I will say the disappointment for me.
When are y'all going to stop letting Angry Man be your fearless leader? When are you as grown man? Because we're not talking about teenagers. We're not talking about folks in their 20s. We're talking about grown men in their 30s and 40s and 50s taking advice from Angry Man. When are y'all going to grow up? Well, there's one Angry Man. You had somebody come in here saying that you're the GOAT, the goofiest of all time. I'll say that. You got that part right. GOAT, the goofiest of all time. You're right about that. What's up, Sock Passe? How you doing? How you doing? But anyway, let's let Renaissance woman speak her piece.
For my generation to continue from Angry Man to Princella to all these people with this pseudoscience. You know, I watched some of that soft white underbelly with Princella Clark, and I ran across a video of some psychiatrists breaking down these influencers using pseudoscience to push their narratives about relationships and how the false premises behind it. And I can honestly say this is the model, I guess, that's just popular now. Everybody thinks that they use scientific terms. I look at it with Chase Hughes. I look at it, everybody's talking about cognitive function and neuroscience, and I notice she does that a lot too. And that's definitely something Chase Hughes does a lot. Mel Robbins, everybody's talking about neuroscience. And I want the working, because this is the Working Class Chronicles, one of our segments.
Well, I won't say what's how you say this? Stone, first stone. 88, 888. I won't say that she's mad. I think that she's speaking her mind clearly and articulately. And I think that's a lot of problem with you Angryman supporters. Y'all see as everyone that speaks to y'all or speaks against you is mad. Well, Stone, you can't call me a silly female. Can you? You may be against what this woman is saying, but you can't call me a silly female. Can you? And that's a lot of the problem. You guys don't y'all don't listen to hear, y'all listen to say you wrong. But yet Angryman will sit up there and say y'all a whole hook, line, and sinker or some shit that's easily, and I'm gonna prove those points that's easily rebuked. Who's the more intelligent one? Someone here listening to a dummy, or someone who looked for a dummy to listen to? Who's the real dummy? If I thought someone was dumber than me or lack of intelligence, I wouldn't be in here trying to have a conversation with them. Stone. So let's see how dumb I really am. Why don't you hang around, Stone? And when you feel like it, when you say, hey, give me the link, come on up, Stone. Make sure you're on the right side of the thing. Come on up and let's talk about the Angryman. How about that? You game for that? You game for coming up and okay. You game for coming on up and defending the Angryman? It ain't gonna be good for you now. I'm gonna tell you.
Is all of this stuff is packaged for the everyday average Joe. Because one of the purposes of using all this rhetoric is to talk over your head. And when you express that you're not familiar with those terms, or you don't know anything about whatever it is they call themselves researching and studying, it's a way to silence you and get you to be quiet so that they can be right. But it never addresses the behavior that you're actually looking at. But let's just get right into it.
What's scary is that some of you have been horrible women for so long that you don't even know when someone is showing another woman how to be a good woman.
Define a good woman. Some of you have been horrible women. Some of you have been horrible podcasters the whole damn time you've been on here, that you don't even know how to be a good podcaster when somebody gives you the direction. Define good. What's good for you, man?
Can you do that, Stone? Define a good woman. Define your idea, not what the idea of the Angryman's good woman is, and all you Angryman supporters. Define a good woman. I guarantee it, for every one of us that answers that question as men, it'll be different. I can guarantee you. Is she wrong so far? You might say, listen to this female in a sarcastic way, saying that she's crazy, but the question still remains, Stone. Define a good woman. Is that not a fair question? Well, if you think that, why are you sitting here listening? Huh? Ask yourself that, Libra. If you think I'm sounding crazy, or if I'm sounding like I'm recorded in a dumpster, why are you here? I'm sure you can find another clearer stream, but let me tell you, I got quality, top of the line shit over here. So maybe it's not me. Maybe it's the way you're hearing it. I got top of the quality line shit here. I spend money. I make money. I don't go to Temu and buy a microphone that lights up. I don't use Metro PCS to connect to the YouTube. I don't use, I use YouTube Premium. You don't see the duck when I broadcast. You know why? Because I pay for a subscription. No, I don't make money on Angryman because, see, it's obvious it's the first time you've been here. So let me go ahead and tell this. I tell everybody, I'll never ask you for any money. If you want to support the stream, the best thing that you can do for me is give me a like, share, and a subscribe. And if you insist on dropping some coins, go over to Autism Speaks, search out DJ Stevie Music, and make a donation in my name. So this is the first time you heard that? So now you know. I'm not making a dime off the Angryman. Unlike the Angryman that will stop a stream and tell all you supporters, I ain't telling y'all nothing else. I need 20 more supporters. And y'all like a blind faggots in a weedy roast, dropping your coins. Dropping your coins. Because Angryman ain't going to talk. He's just going to sit at the stare at the screen, twiddle his thumbs, and scream at y'all about why y'all ain't supporting his channel. So miss me with that. I'm trying to make money off the Angryman. Okay?
May not be good for everybody else because obviously you're about to sit here and promote some bullshit. But continue.
How many of you guys seen this YouTube short that I did? Did y'all see my reaction to this short? Look. So if y'all saw my YouTube short, this woman, this lady said that she found or online, there's a text message between two white ladies. One white lady is schooling another white lady on how to get professional athletes, how to get black men that are professional athletes. And this chick said, I want you guys to pay attention to this text thread because it puts us in the mind of what black men think. And I'm like, so you're going to look at a text thread between two white women to understand how black men think? So number one, just the fact that you would even have to do that as a black woman is nasty work. That's number one. You shouldn't have to. Why would you need to look?
Well, of course, Stone, you're going to agree with him. And it's funny to me how you can say that this woman sounds angry, but the Angryman don't sound angry. You've pointed that out a couple of times. I mean, he's not wrong about what? You know, they say for some of you black men, white women is y'all kryptonite. Put a white woman in front of some of y'all and y'all know what the hell's going on. No matter whether she's big, short, tall, fat, ugly, small. All she got to do is be as white. Just Pearlie's a prime example of that. Prime example. All she got to do is be as white.
At a thread between
that's the nasty work right there. That you sit up here at your big old age, over half of 100, and you're still using all of these generalizations to talk about relationship dynamics. That's what's sad. That's what's pathetic. But continue.
Two white women to understand the men of your group. You're a black woman. You should already understand black men. But watch this. I'm gonna play this.
Okay, and let me ask you something there, Stone. Do you understand black women? Do you understand white women? Do you understand Latino women? Do you understand Asian women? Has the book been completely written on women that you can say that you could run a thesis on women? The book hasn't been written. And long after you go, long after I'm gone, long after you're gone, long after Sock Passe is gone, long after everyone, the book will still be written on women. It's a never-ending learning cycle between men and women. Ain't that right, Lana Love? What's up there, OG Kicks? How you doing, good brother? Okay, so the only woman, since you say you've been married since the age of 18, then you should know the woman that you're with. You should know her ins or outs, her moods, her highs, her lows. You should know that, being around that particular. But I guarantee you, what works for that woman that you've been with since from 18 to 32 may not work for that woman, another woman. It's not a one size fits all. And that's what you and folks like Angryman try to tell everybody, a one size fits all. The Angryman standards is how you folks should be living. 134 pages of how you guys should be living that you should have learned when you were 14, 15, 16, 17, or even younger. That's not true. People stay married all the time. Maybe the folks that you know don't stay married. But I know a lot of folks that's been married 30 years, 40 years.
And when y'all hear this, bro, look.
So I just came across a thread of a white woman telling another white woman how she can bag an NFL or an NBA player, specifically a black one. She said chocolate. And the reason why I want us to see these text messages is not for black women to put their capes on and go help. Absolutely not. But I want us to understand where black men's thought process currently is. If we're going to, I don't know, work alongside them and move.
That's right. She said we need to look at this text thread between these two white women to understand where black men's thought process is.
Right.
That's already nasty work.
And why would she do that, Angryman? You know why she would do that? Because y'all niggas answered. Y'all niggas typed in the chat room. Y'all niggas left messages. That's why she could look at it. That's why she could examine the threads, because y'all niggas answered. That's why.
That's all.
Well, I will say it was nasty work on her behalf for, again, just like you're doing, another gross generalization. And I do think the purpose of looking at that is, if we're talking about a certain demographic of men, if you care, perhaps it is interesting enough to you to look at this conversation between these two women.
Already ridiculously outrageous, right?
Forward in liberation. And I say that facetiously because I already know what it is. But I think it's important that we have the larger conversation about how the NBA and the NFL are just modern day plantations. And I will be following that up with a clip from Deontay Kyle, because I believe that he explained that perfectly.
Now, it's funny. Hey there, Miller. How you doing? Welcome in. It's funny how everybody agreed with Cat Williams when he said it. Stone. It's funny how y'all agreed with Cat Williams when he said it, because he said that's the starter kit for some of those folks in the NFL, the NBA, and the comedic industry. That's the starter kit. A white woman with no conversation, no commentary, just in the background. Now, I noticed you, Sakpa said, so the woman is supposed to just be in the house and just making dinner and taking care of the kids. I think in any relationship, man, and these days and times, I think that's virtually impossible. I think it's virtually impossible to have a woman just be a housewife and nothing else. I don't think at this, with this economy, because they say the average black man only makes what? I'll give you the high amount, $52,000 a year. I don't think, sir, that if you have children, that if you have a mortgage and all those other stuff, that you can effectively take care of your family with $52,000 a year. I'm not saying it's not impossible. It is a struggle, but it's not impossible. So hence, why wouldn't you want your wife to work? Why wouldn't you want your wife to work? Why would you want someone that the only way that you look at them is barefoot and pregnant, to raise your children, to cook your meals? I don't understand that. Everybody YouTube rich, huh? Sakpa say six-figure niggas. Remember that? We busted enough of them that they stopped using that, yeah, I'm a six-figure nigga. Now they're just coming here and say that, yeah, my wife stays at home and I make all the money. We know in today's economy, yeah, Mela, in today's economy, that's almost impossible. I'm not saying it, you can't. Hey, listen, I'm not saying that you're not made land and investments. How would I know that? How would I know that, Firestone? Well, when you come up here a little bit later on, bro, let's show me your portfolio, okay? We could talk about that because, see, you don't know who you talking to. I'm used to folks like you, but you don't know who you talking to. So show me your portfolio. When you come up here later on, make sure you have your portfolio ready since you want to brag about it. So make sure you show me the deeds to the property that you own, the land that you own. Because right here currently where I am, I'm sitting on heirs property. And here in a couple of weeks, I'm about to go and clean off at least a quarter of an acre or a lot or whatever, as they call it, and put me a nice little, as they say, one of them tiny houses out there. So when you come up here a little bit later on, make sure you have your ducks in a row because I'm going to call you out on it, okay? All right?
Start off with.
And by the way, it is amazing to me that, because you know what this phenomenon is? This is what black women like this do when they can't get a man. That's all this is. That's all this is. Like, okay, I can't.
Again, speculation. How you know she ain't got a man? She ain't never mentioned that. That's speculation. Again, this is what y'all let Angryman tell you. This type woman right here, this educated woman right here, although my man trying to say that she sound mad, this woman right here can't get a man. This woman that we see on the screen, this pretty bright-skinned woman can't get a man. Really. Really. This intellectual speaking woman can't get a man. Beauty's only skin deep, Stone. This woman with this pretty smile, with the glasses and the earrings, with the nice clean look about her, can't get a man? Or any other woman that may look like this? Let me tell you something, Stone and Angryman and the rest of you angryettes over there. A one-legged woman with one arm missing, half her hair gone, can get one of y'all niggas, as long as she got a wet spot. I don't need to say no more about that.
They can't get a guy, and they're trying to figure out why. But the problem is they never want to look at themselves. They never want to say, well, what am I doing that's stopping me from being able to get?
Where did you get in the conversation that she's having that she's trying to get a man, or that the other black women were trying to get a man and they didn't know what to do? And the fact that you and I
well, let me answer that for you, Mela. She says, it's just a whole why wouldn't you want your wife to work statement that I find interesting. What do you find interesting about it? Of course, the ultimate goal for any man is to make sure that his family is financially secure. But I think you're one of those women that believe that maybe you're on the side of I'm willing to be a stay-at-home wife. For me, I think that would be pretty boring and mundane after a while. I don't think a lot of people go to work just to make money. I think people go to work so they can have something fulfillment in their life, something to do. It's more than just the financial aspect of it. But Mela, honestly, in today's economy, am I wrong about that? Why wouldn't you want your wife to work? Why would you put the struggles of having to take care of everything on your head? Don't you think that's going to cause some kind of chaos and controversy in the house? Or let me ask you this. As soon as the husband says, no, I'm not giving you no money for this, how long do you think that's going to last? How long do you think that's going to last, Mela? Married, and your husband is dictating to you what you can, what you can't buy, what you're allowed to spend, how you're allowed to spend it, and bring back the receipts and my change. How long would that last, Mela? Define success, Stone. If you measure a success with Angryman. Look how long. Let's talk about that before I move on to this. Let's talk about Angryman's success. I've known Angryman to be around for at least 15 years now. And the lady that we're listening to, young lady here, will attest to that as well. And 15 years of him being on stage and on these talking points, what has his talking points changed about? Has his background changed much? No. Has his setting changed much? No. Not at all. So what's successful about Angryman? Has he been invited to some upper echelon platform other than Fresh and Fit? And if he was that successful, Stone, why does he feel it need the necessary to go on other folks' panels for hours at a time? If he was that successful.
What is baffling to me is, I'm going to quit interrupting here in a minute because I want you all to hear what he's about to co-sign. But I didn't hear that part. You just made that up.
Get a guy and keep a guy. They don't want to do that self-assessment. They don't want to do that internal work. So what they do is they're out here grasping at straws, looking for every reason to justify.
Give me the reason to tell you to shut up now. Listen, why do you think that these women are having problems keeping men? Again, the generalization. But I want to be clear. All of this is about insulting Black women because there is still an audience for that. I find that problematic after all this time that Black men are still sitting around in rooms that this is red meat to you, that sitting around trying to tear down Black women is red meat to you. They can't get no man, can't keep no man. But meanwhile, you are bitchless. You don't have a woman. You can't get a woman. You can't keep a woman. So the question is, at what point do you examine yourself and say, why can't you get a woman and keep a woman? Because if they have to ask the same question, you are too. Because listen, I listened to the Little River Band. I heard about the Lonesome Loser. And
have you heard about the Lonesome Loser, beaten by the Queen of Hearts every night? Have you heard about the Lonesome Loser? He's a loser, but he still keep on trying. Perfect. Because that's what y'all are, a bunch of lonesome losers. An Angryman is y'all Pied Piper.
Why they're single. But I want you to listen to what these white chicks are saying to each other.
Starts the thread off with, I want a football player, NFL preferably, a tall chocolate one, like you did. I want your life. That's easy, but you have to play your cards right. You can't be an emotional little.
Well, what you do for a Klondike bar? That's what this bitch did. You guys hear this? I want one of those. You know, give me a rock'em sock'em robot. Like, it's not, hey, I want a good man. I happen to be attracted to Black men. I like this, but I want one of those. And what did she say? It's easy work. She just said you were easy. Don't you ever let me hear you say shit about a woman being easy, because obviously these women have pegged you as the whore of Babylon that you are. But continue.
Girl. And she says, teach me. Number one, he's the prize. Remember, he can change your life. You can't change his. Number two, dealing with cheating. Don't look for it. Girls will throw themselves at him and some will succeed.
Let's stop that and go right there.
Right. I'm going to stop that right there too. If y'all women are taking advice from this, then you don't want much. And here comes, I guess, inbreed. First of all, you should probably go change your name. I don't know if you come in here friend or foe, but usually when somebody types in there, this host, there's nothing good coming behind that. So what's your problem with this host? Inbreed? You mean you be inbreed? That's what you mean? Are you inbred? Are you white bread? What you come in here for? To type that? You had no other place. Isn't there an Angryman stream that you could go re-listen to and take down notes on how not to get women, how to be the first one in line at the Empty Arm Hotel when it opened? Or is it that NPD that you're looking for? No pussy do check. Which one? No, that's not the secret. Because there's broke women, there's broke men and women in lasting long relationships. So being rich ain't the secret, sir.
Listen to that again. This is some stupid shit right here.
To thread off with, I want a football player, NFL preferably, a tall chocolate one, like you did. I want your life. That's easy, but you have to play your cards right. You can't be an emotional little girl. And she says, teach me. Number one, he's the prize. Remember, he can change your life.
You just set y'all asses up here so.
Yeah, remember, he can change your life for at least 5 or 6 years or until he get, injured. They forgot to tell y'all that part, that the average running back, ABT, last 5 years in the NFL? That the average wide receiver lasts, 3 years in the NFL? That the average quarterback lasts, 2, 3 good seasons before he's benched for another one? Before he ain't the popular guy anymore? They forgot to tell you all of that. What they're telling you is get them while they're hot. Ain't that right, Zahara? That's what they're telling y'all. Get them while they're hot. No matter what they look like, no matter how, as long as they under contract, get them. Even if they cheating on you, because you know when they go out of town, they got the out of town chick. But you're going to have to live with that for now. You're going to have to live with that for now.
Long talking about you the prize, they got your rhetoric down to a T. All they got to do is sit, because they listen to your lonesome loser ass. They listen to your low self-esteem. I want to be the princess bride ass. I'm the prize. I'm the prize. Well, guess what? They heard you. They have received the message, and you are the Murphy. You are the biggest loser, because this is game. She said this is easy work. That is why. What is the average life of the sports athlete? What is it? 5? You're playing maybe 5 years, 10 years at tops, and most of you aren't playing 10 years because you're aging out, right?
Yeah, I heard some of these guys acting like age is something that's supposed to be bad. Listen, I'd much rather get to live my life to be 80, 90, 100 years old. Even with the complications of growing old, to be in the ground, and the only thing that's wrong with me is I couldn't shut one hole and somebody put another hole in me. I don't know.
Then we have to look at your divorce rates. The divorce rates for athletes are the highest in the country. So this is, I want your, and then for her to say, I want your life. So when the sports is over, when the money, when you have...
Well, hold on. Well, thank you there, Firestone. You say I sound 120. So that means I've been around a long time. So maybe you should shut the fuck up and pay attention instead of typing in nonsense. You lucky I feel like dealing with trolls today, Stone, or I would have been put your ass out of here. You lucky I adjusted my chi today to have to know that woo-saw, that I had to deal with trolls today. Now, this is what I want you to do. I want you to reach up, grab your top lip, connect it to your bottom lip. You know what I just taught you? How to shut the fuck up and listen.
Making the money and getting the attention like that, the relationship is over. And then they move on. We're not making this up.
Sure ain't making it up. Ask Chad Ochocinco. Well, where do you think Basketball Wives came from? Where do you think the Real House of all these shows come from? From athletes. Look what happened to Cordell Stewart. Look what happened to Tiger Woods. And women that just came after them for them contracts and not for love. But that's what y'all want to believe. And I'm really trying to get away, Stone, from you talking about going across the pond, sir, that is not a flex. All these women in the United States of America as of grown age, I don't know how old you are, so I'm going to go 25 and older. You got to go across the pond for some cooch? And I'm the lame one? You couldn't have went to Cleveland. You couldn't have went to Buck Tussle. You couldn't went to Cavers Corner. You couldn't find some hole in the wall in Emporia and near Virginia or some place in Meridian, Mississippi to find some cooch. You had to go to the Dirty Foot country and find some cooch. Well, I appreciate that fatigue, and you're absolutely right. There's a whole different animal out there. And Angryman, for once, I'm gonna use a quote of yours, okay? And I'm with you on this one. There's a whole lot of new niggas out there right now, fatigue, isn't it? The last generation of folks that was, I consider grown kids that remember what respect was, to respect their elders, even if they were wrong. I'm not saying, how do I explain this? I'm not saying follow an old fool. It's Buck Tussle. That's where the hillbillies is from. The Beverly Hillbillies, Buck Tussle. No, Petticoat Junction. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying follow an old fool, but what I'm saying is sometimes, respect these elders, because a lot of us are not out there trying to feed you with bullshit. I've taken all the parameters away to get somebody to come up here and say that I'm just whistling Dixie. I don't ask you for no money. I don't stop my stream in the middle of it to say hit the link. I don't promote myself as being the God's gift to women. I don't promote myself as knowing everything about life.
We can look at the data. We can see what's going on with you. You are a Murphy. And here she is pointing it out to you, and you're so stupid. All you saw was she said that we're the prize. You literally are a golden goose. And then when you get done laying all the eggs, they just chop you up.
You can't change his. Number 2, dealing with cheating. Don't look for it. Girls will throw themselves at him, and some will succeed.
Now, what woman wants a man that's running around screwing everybody? A woman who does not care about him, who you are literally just a lick.
Or a woman that don't care about herself. Because chances are, if you're in a relationship with somebody, you don't break out the gym hat, do you? Y'all just go at it, wherever the mood strikes you. If it's 2 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 3 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. All she wanted was a quick A. You gonna take the time to put on the gym hat? I think not. I think not. So she don't care about herself either, do she? You're running the risk of becoming what? Pregnant or, hey there, L Boogie. How you doing? Happy Monday to you. Always a pleasure.
So first thing you do, don't worry about the other women. Let him do whatever he's gonna do. Don't even look at it. Keep your eye on the prize. You need to get the bag, secure the bag. That means you're gonna ignore a lot of toxic shit to secure the payday. That's what she's telling her. Do you not understand that this woman is showing and teaching this other woman how to groom your stupid ass?
And that's what Anton be telling y'all. You got to go, you bag chasers. He called y'all bag chasers. And Angryman, that's what he tells y'all. That's what y'all godfather, Kevin Samuels, was telling y'all. You gotta level up. You gotta become a 6-figure nigga before you can get the right woman. BGS told y'all, use the 6, 7, and 8s as your training ground until the 10 comes along and you got your money up. These is all red pill ideology, or as BGS try to call themselves, black pill. Anton is another goat. Goofy. Goofy nigga of all time. That's what you write about that. Anton. He'll sit and let me ask you something. Since you want to say praise, throw a heap of praise on Anton, let me break him down for you right quick. Like, okay, there, Stone. Check this out. What does Anton do when he's on his stream? He'll play a video. He'll watch it for about 2, 3, 4 minutes. He'll look at the chat room and see what y'all say, and then make his comments on it. Your wife speaks 4 languages. That's great. How many you speak? I don't know why you choose to tell us all your personal information, but that's great. That's great. She's an educated woman. You did good for yourself. So let me ask you, with this highly educated 4 language speaking woman, what the fuck you need with Angryman? You sure you want to keep continuing to type, Stone? With all that money you got, with all them business dealings you got, what is the lure between you and Angryman? Huh? What is the lore? Are you and Sock Passe going at it I'm trying not to repeat what Sock Passe is saying here. I'm gonna let that argument stay in the chat room. But from what I see, Stone, he got you in the corner throwing uppercuts and jabs at you. You ain't responded. I'm gonna have to wave that fight off down there. Sock Passe, ease up on him a little bit. Come on back to a corner. Let him breathe for a minute. Let him breathe. Oh, let me speak on one other thing here. My man, nonconformist. You're absolutely right. Well, I'm not sure if you're a female. I don't know. It could be one of those ambiguous names, but you're absolutely right. If you got to go to another country to find love, you need to check yourself. You need to do one of them Michael Jackson's Man in the Mirror kind of things. That's good too. You go to private school. I'm surprised you didn't tell me that they were homeschooled. Why would they need to go to private school if your wife is home all day? What your wife do all day? Sit around and be a sweet body purebred homemaker, making you biscuits, cornbread. Hey girl, you gonna eat your cornbread? Oh no, motherfucker, you can't have my cornbread. Or part 2 of my ass whipping spree is gonna start if my cornbread ain't cooked when I get home. Is that how it goes?
That's easy, but you have to play your cards right. You can't be an emotional little girl. And she says, teach me. Number 1, he's the prize. Remember, he can change your life. You can't change his. Number 2, dealing with cheating. Don't look for it. Girls will throw themselves at him and some will succeed. If it's just a fling, let it go. But don't let him get emotionally attached to one of them. P.S. He'll always be attracted to black girls.
You got what I need. But you say she just a friend.
Activate that Shanae in her by picking at her and let him see it, and then he'll ditch her. Then she said,
pick at the black women.
Shanae.
That way she'll get mad and act like Shanae.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is.
So,
like, these men are sitting here listening to stuff and don't even understand that.
How did I know, Firestone, that you was going to say that she was right about that? Again, see what the problem is. You got some mislabeling going on. You're not talking about WOMEN, sir. These ladies that she's listening to this stream in the background, she's not talking about women. She's talking about the kind of that you like, the kind that Angryman like. Type this in the chat room for me in capital letters, somebody. WIMMENZ. That's the kind of women she's talking about. Because a woman ain't going for that shit. A woman ain't going to go for and tell somebody, yeah, it's all right to cheat on me. Yeah, I'm going to be with you just because you got money. Women don't do that. Women's do. Matter of fact, they got a name for them. They call them tramps. They call them easy. Back in the earlier days, all they used to take was a moon pie and a grape soda. Any color. Women's, not women. What's up there, Zero? How you doing, good brother?
This is grooming. This is dehumanizing not only the women, but you as well, because you are this sounds like asset control. You are a tool to be controlled. I know what you like. You are sex crazy and you want to be the prize. You are easy work.
Says if she's like us, it'll be harder because more than likely she's playing to win him too. Make him choose. Number 3, be an asset. Fold his clothes. Buy and bring him his food. Do his homework. Completely integrate yourself into his life where he can't function without you. 4,
buy his food, fold his clothes, do his homework. All you got to do is do all this to secure the bag.
That's it. That's all you got to do is fold his clothes, fold his drawers, cook him something to eat, and you're secure.
Because once you get it, when you insert yourself into his life in a way that he feels like he can't do without you, got him.
Don't embarrass him. Don't cheat. Don't text other men. His cute friends and teammates will try you, but ignore it. Just in case the relationship goes south, another athlete will see you as gold. 5, completely go wild on him in bed.
If you miss that bus, there's another one coming if you just be cool about it. Don't sweat it. So,
listen. If you miss that bus, don't sweat it. That's right. It's like the city bus. You miss that one, sit there long enough, another one will come along. What does she mean by that? Because every year, the NFL has what? A draft. Every year, the NBA has a draft. You don't think some of them women, matter of fact, how many of y'all, matter of fact, let's talk about this for a second. How many of y'all were screaming at, what's the kid's name? Travis, the kid from that went to, that had the Latino girlfriend. How many of y'all screamed at Travis? Travis Hunter. How many of y'all told that nigga he was doomed for despair, that his woman was a tramp? How many of y'all screamed at them for picking the wrong woman, that she only wanted him for his money? But when you hear it from a woman, it's wrong. But if Angryman is telling you it, it's right. You hear it from a woman, she mad. But you hear it from Angryman, BGS, Obsidian, what's the other guy's name? Israel Mills, Cellulite, what's his name? DJ Hamp. They right.
Hey, you might lose that one because you're going to be competing with other women like us. But just if it don't work out, play your cards right, because another one of his thirsty ass teammates will be watching and you can scoop him.
Well, sir, let me go ahead and address that. See, again, Stone, you really obviously don't know enough about me. Sir, this to me is a hobby. If I was seeking attention, all I would have to do was click on an encoder that's connected to a radio station that broadcasts probably right now in 25, 26 different countries, and tell the people that are listening, hey, I'm broadcasting live. I choose to be here. Unlike you, I don't have to tell everybody, like y'all say, show your work. I don't have to show my work. My work speaks for itself. Be careful who you question it. I told you, are you sure you want to deal with me? I'm not that average guy that's formed up with some clique. I'm an independent contractor, sir. I'm an independent contractor. As a matter of fact, let me show you something. Hold on just a second here, so you don't think I'm bullshitting with you. Hold on. Hold on just a second here, young blood. Because you sound like you're young and you sound like you're stupid. So let me show you something. Since you want to tell everybody what you got, hold on a second. You see that right there, sir? That is an entire radio station that broadcasts in several countries right now. State of the art, top of the line. This will change the face of internet radio broadcasting. What you see on this screen right now. You just stepped into the stream of fuck around and finding out. That's all I needed to show you. Now let's go back to our regularly scheduled program. Where was I at? There.
Do you not hear that they are talking about y'all dumbasses like your thing? Didn't get that Lamborghini, but there's another one over there. You
Right.
didn't get that one. Catch another one. It's like Pokemon. You just get one of them.
Use throat spray. Do any and everything.
I choose you, Squirtle. Like these bitches are talking about these men like they are objects, and he's sitting up here like, yeah, that sounds good. Oh my God, throat spray.
5, completely go wild on him in bed. Use throat spray. Do any and everything. Be spontaneous. Make it go down anytime, anywhere. Number 6, his mom. Lexi, do not tell his mom any personal information, especially something negative. She will tell his entire family and he'll blame you. Just smile, wave, and be quiet. 7, always look good and appealing.
Play the game, shut the fuck up, don't tell his mama shit, don't let them see anything about you, don't expose your hand because she will tell everybody and they are going to give him advice. Do you want grooming? What do groomers do? They isolate you from your family or they'll present themselves. What do groomers do? I'm not trying to trigger anybody, but what do groomers do? They court the family so that they can get close to your children. Let me watch my mouth.
No, you're absolutely right, because that's what BGS told him to do. That's what BGS told him to do. You're absolutely right. And yes, she is. She is absolutely hilarious. She's going to say something a little bit later on that I guarantee y'all going to get a kick of.
Just so triggered by this video. Some of you men are so childlike that she can coach this woman on how to groom your ass and make sure your family doesn't expose you. This is stupid.
Hair and face always has to be done. Push for marriage or at least to have multiple kids and you got him. In 2 years on draft.
Have multiple kids, push for marriage or at least multiple kids and then you got him. Does this sound like somebody that is trying to love somebody? Don't you want somebody to love your low self-esteem ass?
That
you
Ren,
stupid.
I tell you what, if I don't know
years on draft day.
If I don't know anything else about Ren, I know she knows music. She just putting out some Jefferson Airplane shit on you. You got to find somebody to love. Don't you need somebody to love? That's what that song was about. Shout out to you, Ren.
You'll be a millionaire and all your friends will work hard in school.
On draft day, in 2 years, you'll be a millionaire. You're going to be rich, bitch. Marry him, have kids. At no point.
I'm rich, bitch. She said on draft day. I'm rich, bitch.
Do they talk about the character of these men? Do they talk about wanting to be with these men? They are talking of these men.
Firestone, time for a beer. Call your wife and tell her to bring you a beer so you don't have to get up. Isn't that what she's there for? To wait on your hand and foot? Call her and tell her, hey, bring me a beer. What kind you drinking? What you drinking?
Men are a commodity. Where's that old band that used to drive around? They ought to just pack a bunch of NFL Negroes up in a van and drive around white neighborhoods and say, get your commodities, like they used to do when they passed out the free cheese. You Negroes are free cheese.
To literally never live the life you live. It's so sweet and rewarding, Lex. I'm in Cancun right now. And what's so scary is that there are Black men in the comment section that do not see a problem.
Not girl, I'm happy. I love him. We have a great life, girl. Go get that bag. I'm in Cancun right now. No mention of him as an individual, as a person, as a thing. He is an asset that she is managing. And it is sweet. Like, whoever is married to this bitch should be concerned. I hope you got a prenup, but of course you don't have a prenup because you're a commodity. Get your commodity.
I'm in Cancun right now. And what's so scary is that there are Black men in the comment section that do not see a problem with that text thread.
No, what's scary is that some of you have been horrible women for so long that you don't even know when someone is showing another.
Oh, what's horrible is you so slow that you don't even know when somebody's grooming your dumb ass.
Woman, how to be a good woman, bro, with the exception of a couple of
bro teaching you how to be a good Murphy. If you see a sucker, lick him. Oh my God.
That's right.
Things in that.
P.T. Barnum said it best. A sucker's born every minute. So the blueprint that Angryman is putting down for you dudes is the blueprint for failure, not success. Because he's telling you the exact same things that this woman in that stream that that Ren is reviewing. What these white women, some of these white women really think about you. They see you as a commodity. They see you as up on the chopping block. They see you as value to get them out the life that they are living. And all they need is a pretty smile and some blonde hair and some shapely curves. Do everything for you. Act like they love you. Ingratiate your family, and they got you. Well, Firestone, I hope so. You know, that's listen, my man, let me say this to you. I hope I can convince you to stay the fuck away from Angryman. That's why I'm here. Whether it's 1,000 people, whether it's one person, I hope I can convince one person to unsubscribe from Angryman's channel. I hope I can convince you that after this stream today, that maybe let me take a deeper dive into what Angryman is saying. Reach one, teach one, my brother. I don't have nothing against you personally. I would have never met you if I had not been talking about Angryman. Wouldn't we both agree? Your defense and my detraction. Am I wrong?
Thread. The majority of what she was saying was just describing how to be a good woman to a man. And
now y'all, can somebody tell me what in that description was telling her how to be a good man? It wasn't you need to be concerned about his interests. You need to know what kind of man he is. What does he value? What is his faith? What does he stand for? Who?
Nothing about his health. Nothing about his nothing. It's all about that money.
Who is he as a man? It's not, girl. Insert yourself in his life in a way where you are so beneficial to him that he feels like he can't function without you. Do his homework. Motherfucker, do your own homework with your dumb ass. How's that helping you? Like, really here. Like, I mean, he is too old for this shit.
And this chick has a problem with it. She has a problem with it. She's saying, oh my God, there was black men in the comment section that didn't have a problem with this. Wait, so let me make sure I understand this. You got a white chick saying she wants a rich guy from the NFL that just happens to be black. And the other white girl says, well, I can tell you how to get him. All you got to do prize. Don't go looking through his phone and stuff to see if he's cheating. If he has a fling, don't trip about that. Just make sure he never gets emotionally attached to somebody other than you. Cook.
Zahara, let me just say this before I'll let you guys make the decision, because if you don't want him amongst your company, you are my my day ones, as they say. So I wouldn't want my day ones to be around people that they don't like. Now that's fair. I wouldn't want to be in a room. I wouldn't want to be around folks that I didn't like either. So, but again, let me just go ahead and say this to you before they vote. All right, to put you out of here. You heard what Angryman said. Imagine if somebody told you that was the only reason that your wife wanted you. How would you feel? And again, I don't know where you're. He's racist, brother. I heard him talking about white people. Are you referring to me as racist? Nonconformist? Am I the racist that you're speaking of? Is that who you're referring to? Please respond to that one. Are you calling me a racist? And if you are, I would like how you would get me being a racist. How did you deduce that? How did you come to that conclusion? Because nothing I've said here today was in direct contrast with even mentioning the word racist. As a matter of fact, I even gave the disclaimer. I'm not speaking about all white people. No, I judge people on their actions, sir. I judge people on their words. I didn't prejudge you. I gave you the benefit of the doubt before I spoke on what you said. So that just shut the coffin down on you right there. I just put a nail in your coffin. I didn't prejudge you. I don't generalize anything. If I was generalizing something, I wouldn't have different people with their conversations. I would be like the Angryman, just sit up in front of y'all and scream all day.
For him, clean for him, go crazy in bed, be his support. Like everything, bro, everything she said
has absolutely nothing to do with a real relationship. Because sex, I mean, at some point he's going to get old and he ain't going to be able to perform all that great. So what about that? When you can't perform or you have difficulty performing, is this somebody who's going to want to still help you and be with you? Or let's say you may not have that problem, but gee, you don't think that's going to get old?
Okay, let me pause that right there. Okay, nonconformists, please explain to me how I generalize anybody. How so? I gave the disclaimer. I'm not talking about all white folks, so that knocks out the generalization right there. I'm sorry if hit dogs holler. That ain't my business. Is it? If you think that I'm speaking directly to you, maybe you're part of the problem. Maybe you who really needs to hear this. If you really think I'm trying to generalize an entire group of people based on what one person or a couple of people did, you are literally out of your mind. And if I have done streams talking about white people, I've narrowed it down to the white people that I'm talking about. It's funny. You folks will come over here into other streams and say, don't talk about white people. It's racist. But there's stream after stream after stream after stream after stream of them talking about us. Now, what we're going to start doing, because I know y'all waiting around to see what Angryman is going to talk about. What I'm going to start doing here in a little bit, I'm going to use your name. I'm going to start putting out some of you non-conformists, because by now, if y'all was in the Angryman stream, and the first time you disagreed with him about anything, he would have told his mods to put y'all out. Am I right, Zahara? I think you have the power to ban people. So if there's somebody down in the chat room that you want to ban, I can't go over to YouTube and switch it up. But if there's somebody in the chat room that you want to get rid of, by all means, get them going.
after a while, you know, you are going to do other things in your life besides screw, right? You do. I mean, do you want to have somebody that you can have a conversation with? But probably not listening to some of you talk on here because you all are delusional and you don't live in reality. You're not interested in having relationships. You're interested in sex style. So you should just go get you one, and maybe they'll come up with a Android version of it. That way, you don't actually have to have a real relationship and you don't have to have any type of real emotional attachment. Because for me, if you are perfectly fine with somebody talking about you in this way, treating you this way, not being invested in who you are as an individual or caring about you as an individual, all I can say is continue.
Is literally what women used to do in order to get a regular guy.
So go get the simp, as you called him, Angry Man. Go get the football player, level up, and then come out and find you a regular guy. But wouldn't that be, what if she decided that in order to keep this NFL star, what if she decides to have a kid? She's off limits to you guys because you shouldn't be marrying baby mamas, right? You shouldn't be marrying women with high body counts, right? So again, they're nonconformists. You say you are generalizing. Otherwise, we talk about individual people. We don't talk about people as black, brown. We talk about the individuals. Well, in some cases, you have to generalize because you don't know the whole mass of people. And other times, you have to be direct at who you're speaking of. Now, the conversation might go to the left or right when you're trying to make your point or trying to give context to something. I can understand that, but I'm not generalizing anything. I'm speaking directly about the angry man. So I'm not generalizing it. And nor is the young lady on the screen. She's not generalizing her conversation. She's speaking directly to the folks that was telling these women how to catch a black man, a black athlete more specifically. So she's not generalizing it either. She just decided not to use their names. That's why she covered it up.
This is how bad things have gotten. You literally have women schooling other women by telling them how to be a good woman to get a millionaire when they used to do this to get a regular working class guy.
No, they didn't. And where in there is she telling her how to be a good woman? Where is she telling her that you need to, I don't know, follow the Bible, have some ethics, support yourself in a decent, respectful manner? There's no talk about integrity, ethics, sound behavior.
El Boogie, isn't that what you just typed in? None of that. She ain't mentioned none of that, did she? None of that. All she worried about is making sure, only thing she was worried about is health, making sure he stayed healthy so he can continue to get that paycheck.
Moral judgment, there's none of that there. You don't know what a good person is, and I can see this. That's why you're angry.
Everything she said on that list, with the exception of the whole "you're a white girl, he's a black man" dynamic with the Shaniqua and all of that, that's nonsense. All of the rest of the stuff is literally what women have always done in order to get a decent man. It's literally what they've done. Now, here's the other crazy.
Now, my question to all you angry supporters out there, what is a decent man? If you're a woman, how would you describe a decent man? I guarantee you, every woman in this chat room or every woman that will hear this and will answer this question a different way. Hey, Shar, how you doing? Guarantee you, El Boogie would answer in a different way. Shar would answer it a different way. Zahara would answer it a different way. Candy Cane Lane would answer it a different way. ABT would answer it a different way. Lana Love would answer it a different way. But I would bet there would be some similarities in how these women would answer that. I guarantee you, respect would be in there somewhere.
thing. Here's the other crazy thing. The other
If
crazy
he
thing is
that she needs to sit up and ignore him cheating on her, running around with other women and doing all this dumb shit, making her do his homework. Like, why ain't you doing your own homework, dummy? I mean, really? Come on. Where's his ethics? Where's his merit? Like, what is wrong with y'all?
This shows you something. This shows you something. Now, she thinks she's exposing these two white women, but really, she's exposing herself.
You're exposing yourself
and all of the other chicks that's in her comment section right now. Because there's another chick, another black chick in the comment section. She says, "Oh, wow. Thank you, sis. It all makes sense." Yeah, you're right. It does make sense. It does make sense. Because guess what? We'll never see. You're never going to see a thread like that.
What makes sense? It makes sense why you have a bunch of incels as an audience member or angry men who can't maintain relationships. It makes sense. That's the part that makes sense.
Sure
and you're talking about somebody being exposed, shame on you because angry man. Let me tell y'all something. What does the Bible say? Thou shalt not go with an angry man. With an angry man, thou shalt not go. This is why, because he's going to teach you a bunch of dumb shit.
And she ain't never lied. Don't go to the angry man house. Now, my thing is, again, if you are married, why are you talking to single men anyway? Why aren't you in a group of married men so y'all can talk about what it is to be married, how it is to raise children? Why do you think your attention should be directed towards single men and single women? You're not part of that collective group anymore. So what makes you think, angry man, that you are telling single men and single women how they should live, who they should love, and why they should love? I no, sir. I don't make opinions. I don't retract anything I say, bro. If you heard me say it, then I'll stand on it, whether it's disrespect or not. I don't back down. Only thing I'll back down from is being wrong. And the only way you can back down from being wrong is admit that you are. But I don't think I've said anything wrong. So there's no need for me to back down from anything here. Not today. I don't think that you have said anything. You implied that I was speaking racist. Well, we know that me personally, as a black man, that I can't be racist. Now, if you would have said I had some biases, or that I might be seen that I'm prejudiced against some things, you might have had a small argument. But after you said that, I could have discredited that. So you're entitled to your opinion, nonconformist, and maybe that's why you called yourself that, nonconformist. We are what we name ourselves. So you must consider yourself a nonconformist, because I can't think of anything that I said up here today that was wrong.
Between two black women. That's the sad part. You're never gonna see a thread like that between two black women. Now, she tries to say, oh, this is manipulative. For one, when are y'all not manipulative? That's part of your nature. That's part of your nature. See, this is what I try to tell dudes. You shouldn't be tripping about a woman being manipulative, because that's part of their nature. That
ain't part of nobody's nature. Nobody has to be manipulative.
Nobody has to be manipulative. And nobody should stand around and recognize the fact that they are being manipulated and continue to march on. That's running your head into a brick wall, convincing yourself it's not going to hurt. But this is the advice that y'all getting from the angry man. He's telling you that all women are manipulative. All women, especially black women. Understand that.
What you're doing right here is manipulative. You're manipulating an audience of assholes.
What's up there, Donald Washer? I don't want to assume what you were saying. Are you saying they don't have to, but they are? Are you saying that all women are manipulative? They don't have to be, but they are? And are you agreeing with Angry Man? That's by nature. No, sir. Racism is not a feeling, sir. See, again, when you folks come in here trying to educate people, racism is not a feeling. It's an actual thing. It may not be a tangible thing, but I can't be a racist at all. At all, sir. I cannot be a racist just by the nature of me being. I don't run any. I don't hold any public office. I can't control how people live. I don't know. I can't make people move out of area. I can't tell people this. How am I a racist? I have no economic backing on me to say I can tell you that you can't live in this place. I can't set a policy that tells you and your family how to live. So how can I be racist? And this statement that you put up there tells me that this is honestly my opinion, that you really think that black people are beneath white people. And this is your way of trying to obfuscate and say, no, not all black people are like that. You got to get up pretty early in the morning to try to outsmart me, nonconformist. No, I'm not capable of being racist at all. I'm capable of being prejudiced. I'm capable of having a preconceived notion. I'm capable of being biased. I have some implicit biases. We all do. Racist? No, not me. Wrong guy.
That seems to think that this type of behavior and conversation is acceptable. It's acceptable nowhere. That type of behavior is acceptable nowhere. I don't know anybody that wants to be manipulated. And the fact that you're telling them that they should expect for a woman to be manipulated and it's perfectly fine. And you know what? You can manipulate her too. Oh, we can all be Murphys. Let's just all walk around big ass suckers and just get licked all day long. Continue.
To be tripping about is, does her manipulate?
I don't think he understands that. I don't think nonconformist. She is reviewing white women, telling other white women how they can get black athletes. She has generalized, literally, the lady on the screen, Ren, is speaking about the very thing that you're talking about. White women generalizing black athletes. And it's funny how it's funny how they don't see that. Maybe if that was Lily Gaddis up there, or what's her name, Megyn Kelly up there, maybe if that was Megyn Kelly saying that, they would agree. Maybe if it was, what's the other white chick? Or maybe it was one of them white girls from Fox News. Maybe then they would agree. I'm not nonconformist. Sir, I'm not going to argue with you anymore. Okay? Yeah, you just now told me I could be a duck. And if I'm dumb enough to keep arguing with you of how I can't be a duck, who's the real dumb one? So you continue to walk around this earth thinking that me as a black man, I can be racist. You're entitled to your opinion. You're entitled to your thought process. Okay? How do you do that? You can fully comprehend. How are you not comprehending? That's an oxymoron in itself. You're telling me in 1 minute I can fully comprehend, but in the next few words, you're telling me that I can't comprehend. Somebody do me a favor. Nonconformist, I'm grown weary of you. I have something for you. Zahara, you know what to do after you see this, right? You know what to do after you see this.
Oh, I'm sorry. Somebody trying to talk to me while I'm working? Go outside, nerd. Get out. Go. I ain't got time to be distracted by your worthless chime-ins. Go on. I tell this sumbitch to walk the fuck out right now, or we done for the day. Go on. I'm sorry. Somebody trying to talk to me while I'm working? Go.
Now, go ahead and go on over there, wherever you came from. Go where you came from, because you're wasting my time. I'm not going to continue to argue with you. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm not going to ban you, but I'm going to put you in timeout. Maybe you'll come back with a better attitude. How about that? Now, as a matter of fact, I think for that last statement, I'll just go ahead and ban you. because you'll come back in here with some more bullshit. So I'm not even going to waste no more time.
Manipulation lead to you losing, or does it lead to you winning? Because in that scenario, what she told that chick to do, nothing in that is going to be to a detriment to whatever guy she gets with. Whatever.
It is going to be a detriment considering they have some, they are among the highest in divorce. It is a detriment to him. It is a detriment to you who are in a relationship with somebody whose sole goal is to extract wealth from you and use you so that they can live a lavish lifestyle and not give a damn about you. Because if you believe that all that she's telling her to do is going to continue once the bag is secured, you are not paying attention. And you have a woman who knows women. I think you are always telling women, "Oh, how another woman gonna tell you what a man thinks?" Well, how you gonna tell her how a woman thinks? She's giving you the game, but you too stupid to hear it because you think you know some shit. But
guy that's potentially getting drafted to the NFL or the NBA, whoever that chick goes after, everything she listed on that thing, none of it is a detriment to him. If you notice, I'm gonna tell you where I thought it was gonna go. I thought by the time it got to the end of it, she was going to say, and after you marry him, then you can divorce him and take all his money. But she didn't say that. She didn't say that. She basically told the chick, do these things. Do
the numbers speak for themselves.
She absolutely didn't say it. The numbers and the blog speak for themselves. Every week we see one of these NFL players or one of these NBA players going through what? The divorce or going through the breakup. We don't ask them to put that information out there. They volunteer it, don't they? Every week we see a celebrity couple and some strife. We all watch TMZ. We all watch The Real Housewives of Atlanta. We all watch the Zeus Network. We all watch what's that, those shows, those dating shows to where win the athlete of the year. What's that? What was it back in the day? What was it? The flavor for the flavor of love. Y'all think they was after Flavor for his looks? Y'all think they was after Flavor Flav for the fame?
FG. And all of the things she said is something that the guy would like. It's something that the guy would benefit from. And if you do all of these things, this multimillionaire athlete will marry you and you'll be able to live a good life. Where's the problem? Where's the problem? Where is the problem? I want to know, like, am I crazy, y'all? Am I crazy? Did y'all hear anything, to all of the fellas in here, did y'all hear anything that you was like, oh, that's messed up? Did you hear anything? See, I'm going to tell you why she has a problem with it. She has a problem with it because they have gotten to the point where they do not believe in going above and beyond to get and keep a man. Ain't
nobody going to be no Buzz Lightyear ass bitch and go to infinity and beyond for the dumb shit that you are sitting up here saying. And these women are not going to go into infinity and beyond. But what you're too stupid to realize is that this is grooming. And when they get done, and that is why when you look at the divorce rate of these athletes, when does it happen? They're the end of their careers, which top.
Absolutely. And we got a prime example of that right now with LaVar Ball. What is it? What's his name? Everybody's doing streams about how the white woman stuck beside him until the contracts ran out, the kids left the house, and one of his legs was gone. She ain't want nothing else to do with him. Go on, take the money and run. Go on, take the money and run.
We're talking about, like, for a lot of them, they maxed out at 5 years, and that's when they are divorced.
And if she's lying, go and look at the stats for yourself. I gave them to you earlier. The average running back in the NFL lasts about 5 years. Okay, wide receivers, 3 to 5 years. Quarterbacks, 2 to 5 years. Linemen, Depends. Some of them last 7 to 10 years because there's not too much stress on them. Defensive backs, some of them last 3 to 5 years. It's a high impact sport, folks. Now, in the NBA, it's a different thing because you have some bench riders on. You have the 6th man on the NBA team. The NBA is a little bit more, how do you say, a microcosm because there's only so many players that can get on an NBA roster. Okay. But the NFL has how many players? And it's still an exclusive job. Not everybody can be an NFL player. So the mere fact that these white women are telling you, we recognize that black men are being drafted by the NFL. And if we want them, here's the blueprint to how to get them. I don't know why people didn't understand that. I don't know what the argument was. I don't know why Angryman made the stream trying to debunk that. That's crazy. There you go right there, Sock Passe. 2 teams, that's 106 men they have to choose from. How many teams, NFL teams is it? 32? I mean, how many NFL teams is it? I forgot. I stopped watching football after the Colin Kaepernick situation. That's how long it's been since I've watched NFL football, folks.
So, yeah, this shit is a problem because they're not forming real partnerships and relationships. Angryman. This is grooming. This is wealth extraction. It is using. That is why, to even the description of him, I want a chocolate bar. God.
Damn.
They don't. This is why they'll see something like this and be like, oh, these men are crazy if this is what they expect. This is what they expect. They're crazy. Bruh, why so serious? What's going on, bro? He said that text thread is the blueprint for a lot of women, but y'all ain't gonna listen. Oh my God, that text thread. Let me tell you something. That advice that chick gave that other chick in that text thread. If the women actually took that seriously, you would see the marriage rate spike. You would see a number of things. One, if dudes thought for
again, folks. Again, remember what I said. Now, the NFL is an exclusive club. I don't think the marriage rate would spike based on what these ladies are talking about. I don't give a damn how many NFL teams it is. I don't give a how many the roster. I don't think that would spike the marriage rate. Angryman, you act like there's no such thing as the corporate world. You act like that there's folks that the blue collar world, that where there's men out there that's making big dollars. Now I can tell you, as a landscaper, I can go out and do a job in an hour. How many of y'all make $50 an hour? Angryman, do you do that? Do you make $50 an hour? See, you guys are listening to the wrong things. You're trying to listen to somebody who has nothing, that wants nothing, that is nothing. She's trying to tell you NFL, this is the blueprint to y'all starter pack. And y'all will believe in it. And he's trying to say that black women are mad because of it. But then on the same line, want to get upset when black women say, as soon as y'all niggas get money, y'all go flaunt yourself in front of white women. And when they're telling you, they're coming after it. But it ain't true when the black women says it to you.
a second that
you wouldn't see the marriage rate spike, and I'm gonna tell you something, because here's the thing. First of all, the average one of you running around here is not a millionaire.
Okay.
The average one of you running around here doesn't even make $100,000 a year.
Okay.
The average American, black, white, does not make $100,000 a year.
Okay.
So
No.
to even try to put yourself in the same category is ridiculous. So you don't make the money that these.
Yeah, they've been telling themselves, you've been around long enough, sister, to know that them niggas used to call them everybody on the YouTube streets. Everybody with a microphone sitting down or in their hand or pinned to their chest was a six-figure nigga. Am I wrong, Char? Am I wrong, ABT? Am I wrong, Zahara? Am I wrong, Candy Cane Lane? All these niggas were 6-figure niggas under the Godfather. They was on your stream the other day, Candy Cane. I was going to come up there, but then I knew it was going to derail the whole conversation because I think I probably was the only guy up there would have called him out just for that. I forgot what the guy's name was. Ashton. Ashton is a real idiot. Talking about Kevin Samuels as he's still alive and then going to condone y'all for bringing him up in a conversation that he brought him up. Yeah, they tried to. But it seems to me, Candy Cane, you've been holding your own up there. You've been holding your own against them loose niggas. I'm gonna come over there one day and give you a deputy badge. All right.
These athletes make, and you do have women out here. There are women out here that do go to infinity beyond, and you still aren't marrying them either. So just knock it off. As a matter of fact, are you married?
Mm-hmm.
Chicks were willing to do all of that just to get a successful man. You would see men's income increase. You would see men's ambition increase. You would see men going harder in the paint than they ever did in order to be providers and make.
So, Angryman, Angry Bird, in order for somebody to get you up to have some ambition, it's got to have a soft middle. You got to have a soft landing place. You got to be like the Greeks did, the Romans did back in the days, the Spartans did back in the day, where the women came to the shores after they came back from fighting with their titties out. Is that it? And let them take them back to their little huts or whatever, and and just take out their frustrations on them. And that would give them ambition, that would give them the drive to go out there and do some more.
Make money, and they'd be like 100%, yeah, 100%, man. She talking about throat spray. 100% is cool with me.
See, bro, see that? That's what I'm talking about. It all boils down to that one thing: sex. That's what they are. That's what the whole thing is about. It's not about women. It's about y'all black women not giving these niggas the draws. What's that? What's that from the Martin? GTD. They don't get the draws. That's what the problem is. They ain't got a black book like Tommy. Tommy ain't got no job like them. But at least Tommy had a black book. That's what it all boils down to. The draws. The throat. This nigga mentioned throat spray.
They just don't get it. They don't understand how simple we are.
No, you don't understand it. Yeah, we can see how simple you are, that these women are chasing millionaires, and that's something that you are not. That is something that your average listener is not. So why they would be sitting there nodding their head and agreeing with you, knowing that they're never going to be that, is problematic, because, again, these are not real world conversations. This is not the plight of the everyday average Joe who's sitting in your audience at the incel that he is. I'm like, that's right.
They don't. They really don't understand. It's this simple. Give us what we want, and we'll give you what you want. But
like what? Like what? If you are the protector and the provider, you are supposed to build a place for your woman to nest. Everything else will come naturally. Am I wrong, ladies? Y'all tell me if I'm wrong on this now. What's up there, HT Baldwin? Y'all tell me if I'm wrong on this now. If a man provides a safe haven, food, shelter, and all the good things, the accessories for life, he gonna get coochie by the pound, ain't it? Am I wrong? If he shows you love, compassion, honor, trust, and all that stuff, he gonna get coochie by the pound, ain't he?
See, the problem with most modern women is they want to figure out how they can get what they want from you without giving you what you want. That's where the problem is. That's where the problem is.
Isn't that what you all are sitting here doing? What you sit here and do, try to figure out how you can extract sex from a woman without commitment, how you can extract wifely duties and relationships from a woman without the commitment. Like, stop playing. This is some bullshit.
Listen to this crazy shit.
A problem at all. They're actually looking for a woman to do in the comment section that do not see a problem with the life you live. It's so sweet and rewarding, Lex. I'm in Cancun right now. And what's so scary is that there are black...
I'm in Cancun right now. Now we are here chilling. I'm enjoying my husband and we're having a great time. Like, hey girl, I'm living it up. I'm in Cancun. He is an accessory. This nigga is a handbag. Like, come on, yeah.
This nigga is a handbag, an accessory, a necklace, a trinket. She on the FaceTime with her girlfriends. See, I told y'all needed to get one of these, or you too could be in Cancun living up the life. Nigga ain't nowhere around. He pulling the Johnny Taylor. Who's making love to your old lady while you was out making love? Look at him. Because she already told him, I don't care what you do. As long as you keep that money rolling, we good. As long as you keep up with the upkeep of my lifestyle, we good. I could care how many places you put that tallywhacker. I'm not going to go through your phone. So as the dude is the NFL player that they caught, and we in Cancun, he over there doing his thing. I'm over here doing my thing. That nigga is a handbag, an accessory to the lavish lifestyle I'm living. And when I'm ready to take him to the pawn shop, they call it divorce court. Like Juvenile say, because when she leave me, she gonna take everything from you. Absolutely, Candy Cane. One thing I've learned through the life that I've lived, it's quite, and I'm not saying this to be chauvinistic, but it's quite simple. It is quite simple. But you ain't heard the worst of it yet. I have nothing to do today, so I'm going to be here for a while. I ain't got nothing to do today, angry man, except talk shit about you. Now, I'm busy tomorrow, and I might be busy on Wednesday. You know why? Because I get to go outside, and I get to do things. I get to work. While you probably going to hold. You probably record the stream that you're going to upload, because I'm going to show y'all how he revamps the same trash over and over and over. You'll see in a minute.
Like, you don't hear this. Like, why are you ignoring the rhetoric that this woman is using to talk about your black ass?
Men in the comment section that do not see a problem with that text thread. They don't see a problem at all. They're actually looking for a woman to do that for them. They're not even understanding that that is emotional, mental, physical, sexual manipulation. Actually, what the men are saying out loud is that they would like to be manipulated.
Absolutely. That's why them niggas call themselves the manosphere. They like to be manipulated. First, they like to be manipulated by the man. The so-called master teachers of the manosphere, the obsidians, the BGSs, the Angrymans, the the Sharon Bracy's. They like to be set up for failure by them. Then they send them out into the world. Well, how did it work for you, man? It didn't go too good, boss. That didn't work out. You know why it didn't work? No, master teacher, why it didn't work? Because you didn't buy the Angryman Standards book. That's why it didn't work. I'm going back over there and listen to the Angryman some more. Now, let's leave the beautiful Ren for a little while. I just wanted y'all to hear that you niggas are just handbags. You folks are just accessories. Now, let's talk about Angryman. Let me move this. Angryman. And he was talking. I'm sure we all know who America's favorite black auntie is, Jennifer Lewis. Whether you agree or disagree with Jennifer Lewis sometime, Angryman decided to use Jennifer Lewis in one of his streams. So let's listen to Angryman as he critiques our auntie. Let's go.
Go in on black people and you didn't say nothing. I got a question. Something ain't right. So let me make sure I understand this. Jennifer Lewis was just going on a rant just now. It sounded like she was going on a rant about Trump. And she's one of those pro-black, oh, the white man's oppressing us. But here she is with her white female friend, who's probably a white female liberal.
Now, see that one dude that I kicked out of here earlier, what's his name? Nonconformist. I wonder if he was still in here. And the opening salvo from the Angryman, he's being prejudiced. He is stoking racist ideology. Openly. Listen.
Is this surprising to anybody? See, my thing is this. I start to question the white people that are friends with black people that do this.
He starts to question the white people that are friends with the black people that do this. But yet, he didn't question them white women that was telling you, which could possibly be your son, my son, or any black man's son that was fortunate enough for them to be have that much power and that much athletic ability that they could go into the NFL. You didn't mind them white women giving a blueprint to how they could shit your son out of his millions. You didn't question their friendship.
Right? Because here's my thing. I'm going to ask you guys this question, and you guys tell me if this sounds accurate or not, right? Jennifer Lewis is the type of woman that will go on a pro-black rant. I'm talking about go in on white supremacy, go in on MAGA Trump supporters, go in on the entire structure of whiteness and all of that, but you got white friends. And look, I'm not saying she shouldn't have white friends. I don't care who your friends are. What I'm questioning...
First of all, Angryman, I have never considered a friend a color. I call my friends by their name. The color of their skin has no difference of whether I put the label of friend on them or not.
Is why those white people don't call her out on her. Because if you sit around talking about how white people is this, white people is that, all of these negative things you say about white people, but then you got a white friend, isn't that the same thing as the white guy that every word about black people that comes out of his mouth is negative?
No.
And then when you say something to him about it, he says, but I got a black friend.
How is that comparing the two? How is that comparing the fact that Jennifer Lewis is speaking with a white woman on a platform about the correction of some of our black women and what they shouldn't be doing? But you're talking about someone like Chud the Builder. You talk about someone like Nick Fuentes. You talk about someone like Charlie Kirk. You're talking about someone like Donald Trump, who have never had, historically, have never had anything good to say about black women or black men.
If you're black and you know a white guy, and all he ever talks about is black people being criminals, black people being thugs, black people this, black people that, isn't there going to be a point where you're going to say, bro, you do realize that I'm black too, right? Is that what you think of me? Is that how you feel?
Well, Angryman, there are some yassa bosses out there. There are some as my man called y'all, Sambo soldiers out there. And that's who you put yourself around. This is what y'all have been preaching. Y'all have told black women and black men to stop blaming white men for everything, even though in some cases they are the direct cause of some failures. I'm not saying all. But you cannot not refute the historical content of barriers being put in the front of black men and women and children. You can't eliminate that. And you can't act like it only happened in the 1960s, in the 1950s, and the 1940s. It's happening now. You're absolutely right, El Boogie. She's Jennifer Lewis, and from what I understand, I think she said that she's 79 years old. So she would have came from an era, she's absolutely right, that she saw the worst in black people. Excuse me, in white folks. She absolutely did. And I'm not too far behind that. I'm not in my 70s. And I'm not, I ain't got that old yet. I hope I make it into my 70s. But I'm not 50 either. And I have seen some shit in my time on this earth. I have seen the goodness of white folks, but I have seen a whole lot of the fucked up shit that white folks do.
Feel about me. Now, obviously, in that scenario, because black people are the perpetual victims that we are, you get to ask the white guy, hey, are you talking about me? But I feel like in the situation of a Jennifer Lewis, her white friend can't ask her that.
Who in the fuck are you calling a perpetual victim?
Question. Because either she's going to get super offended by it and play the ultra victim, or her white friend is just simply not going to ask that question because of her own white guilt. Why would a white person sit around and listen to a black person denigrate their entire race, call them devils, call them evil, call them all of these different things, and never once say, hey, you do realize I'm white? Is that
because she understands that there are some white folks out there that will fit that moniker. And some of them we can call by name. That's called being real, angry man. It's not about color. It's about right and wrong. That's what it's called, being right or wrong. You can be white and understand there's some fucked up white people. You can be black and understand there's some fucked up black people. Those things can happen, angry man, whether you believe that or not. Not everybody takes offense to calling out the fuckery in somebody else's neighborhoods.
That what you feel about me and every other white person that you're cool with? Don't you think that that would come up in that conversation? How did you just sit there and spend all of this time going on an entire diatribe about white people and oppression and white supremacy, and then right after that say, hey, this is my friend Becky? What? Is that not hypocrisy? Hold on.
Listen, I may get a lot of flack for this response. Listen.
System we can trust, the institute really.
Yes. Let's go do the work.
And what did that look like for you? Because I feel like we're all clawing at that, especially now in this.
Now, before she says this, the last stream I had, a couple streams ago, Prism was up here. And I'm sure all you folks know who Prism is, but she was up here. Now, I want y'all to listen to what Jennifer Lewis is saying and to what Prism said on my stream a couple days ago. Listen to this.
Time, and you speak so much about how political democracy and all these kinds of things that are actually really a part of what I think why we all feel so alienated. We all are feeling just like, no, there's no system we can trust. The institutions that are here, we are no longer trusting in, we're questioning, and it's making us all feel completely uncertain. And so those human questions, those existential questions have become even more paramount because we are slipping into apathy. Yeah. So how do you decide, like, how do you get to know that you can be the person that goes out there and author this yourself?
Listen, I may get a lot of flack for this response, but, you know, I don't care. I'm going to be 70 years old next year. I don't care what nobody thinks about me. I give everything I have. Here's what I say to all that is going on. And say, oh, this is not, we cannot be, keep myself aligned in a state of grace. It's going to take a lot of love to balance out all of this hate. We cannot become them. We cannot become them.
Now, when she said we cannot become them, she's talking about white people. Does anybody disagree with that?
No, I disagree with. She's not talking about all white people. And that's the caveat that you could simply refuse to acknowledge. I'm not talking about all white people. That's why I clearly give that disclaimer. I'm not speaking of all white people. Jennifer Lewis is not speaking of all white people. She's speaking of the Nick Fuentes, the Charlie Kirks, the Chud the Builders of the world that walk around and think that black and brown people are beneath them. The Donald Trumps of the world that will literally call a black woman, a highly educated black woman, low IQ. And that's what she's talking about. Like Michelle Obama saying, when they go low, don't go lower. We got to go high. But, you know, she coming off that moniker pretty soon, too. There's only so much some people can take before you push them into action or reaction.
When she says we cannot become them, she's talking about white people. Can we all agree to that?
No.
Can we all agree to that?
No.
Can't run from it. You can't go and cower in a corner and say, oh, this is not going to affect me. No, it's coming for you too. All of it's coming for you, even if it's an aunt or mother or sister that you love, or brother that's not going to have that health care anymore. It's coming to your door. It's going to come to everybody's door. And I say this to everyone. Live while you live. Live. Stand up where you can. Don't sit on let everybody else fight.
And what he's trying to do, he's trying to keep moving this around. What's up there, Big J? What Angryman is trying to do is move shit around to where it's trying to suit his narrative. But right now, because what Jennifer Lewis is saying, he didn't have an argument for it because she's right. The way the folks in the 50s and the 60s and the 70s stood up to racism, you can't do that anymore because those tactics don't work. But also, you cannot sit idly by anymore. I think we took the wrong approach in some situations by saying this ain't our fight. The fight gonna come to us whether we decide to sit out or not. And that's what she's trying to explain, Angryman. Look at the look on his face. Dumb ass smike on his face. Like she's saying something wrong. You don't want to hear what she has to say right. You're looking for something that she said wrong.
You call a whole bunch of friends and you go out there and stand up for the next generation. Yes, I'm talking to you, and make sure it's on me right now. You do your part. We've had a good run. Now we got to run for these kids. You don't get to sit down on the couch and think this is going to pass over. It's not.
Y'all know they're talking about Trump, right? You know they're
You damn Skippy. They're talking about the Trump regime. You damn skippity. And you know that they're talking because what she's saying is sit idly by and think this is not going to affect you all you want to. Think it's not going to affect your elderly grandparents. Think it's not going to affect you if you have a child with special needs. Think it's not going to affect you if you're on disability. Keep thinking that. You are the target, black men and black women. You are the target. They are trying to take us back to a time to where America was good for them. And when was it good? When we had no say-so, when we had no rights, when we couldn't stand up to them, when we had to walk down to the second part of the street. But still, enough of us, enough of my uncles and the elders of my generation stood up and said, we ain't standing by for this shit, even if it meant you putting dogs on us, even if it meant you shooting us with water cannons. I want you to go back and look at some of that footage from the 1960s. And look at they were shooting 12, 13, 14-year-old kids, 17-year-old kids with high-pressure water cannons, putting dogs on them.
Talking about Trump, right?
And what do you say to those of us, especially, you know, the marginalized that go out there and they're on the front lines and they're losing their lives? They're going to jail. They're being sent away, because I find that energy with myself, especially after having my son, where you get to this point and you're just like,
well, let me answer that for you, Kiki, before she does. Freedom comes with blood. White America told you that. Freedom is the ultimate sacrifice of some of your blood. We found that out in the 60s. We found that out in the 70s. We found out in the 80s. The freedom that we're chasing, that American dream that we're chasing, it comes with some blood. The folks in the 50s and the 60s and the 70s and way back when, they shedded some blood. The rest of you folks, these couch potatoes, this is why Angry Man is getting so upset about this, because of couch potatoes like you, Angry Man.
like, I'm getting emotional about it because I get scared about people dying.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm so sick of these bought and paid for Hollywood. These Hollywood are bought and paid for by the Democrat Party. I don't care what nobody says.
Like,
Yes,
I
I do.
don't want to tell my queer friends to go out there and stand on the front line so they can lose their life. I don't want to tell my
When did black people become the spokesman for the LGBTQ community? Could somebody please explain to me when that happened? Why do the black folks in Hollywood try to make it seem like the type of time they're on is what every black person in America is on?
The answer is easy if you take it logically. I like you, help you in your struggle to understand, nigga. Because that's what white America did. They told you that cowboys was great. They told you that all through the history of TV, white America has told you how to think. Remember some of y'all remember the commercial way back in the 70s of the guy that was talking about don't litter, and they had him portrayed as an Indian. He was no Indian. Television tells you what you see, Angry Man. Hollywood gave these people this voice. You, me, folks down that watch the Hollywood movies, we gave those people voices. John Wayne.
Bruh, I'm sick of them, fam. I am so sick of them. Black America does not live according to Black Hollywood.
next friends. I don't want to tell.
Well,
it's
I
hard.
want you to hear me.
Oh,
though.
no.
Hear this. It's not the front line. It's standing up wherever you are. You don't go and stand in front of somebody with ice and go, girl, you don't do all that. You don't act out. You don't be stupid. There's a way to stand up without standing in front of a gun. There is a way to stand up. You write your congressmen, you write your senators, you make the phone calls, you send the emails, do your part. Go to your local meetings. Run for office.
Now, a couple of days ago, didn't y'all hear Prism say that very same thing? Now, I'm sure there's a generation or age gap between Jennifer Lewis in prison. But it's funny how both of these black ladies can come to the same conclusion, that you got to do more. You can't just sit by it and expect shit to happen. Write your congressman. Make them phone calls. Don't sit on live streams for 10 hours a day telling that you're an asset to the community, trying to convince everybody that you are when you're not. You're a detraction. That you're trying to convince everybody that you are exceptional. What is exceptional about the angry man, y'all?
Wow. Do your part. Stand up where you are. Y'all see me at the piano. That's my way. I can't go out on the street no more. I'm 69. I can't run like I used to.
My bad. I said she was 79 earlier. She's 69. So about to be 70. She would be the age of my older siblings. It's got like 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 years on me. So you mean to tell me that if I have siblings and cousins and folks around me that are around that age, that they wouldn't been experiencing what Jennifer Lewis was experiencing? You don't think my elder siblings and cousins, didn't they tell us about this? You don't think that we got firsthand knowledge from folks like Jennifer? Because she might be an auntie to y'all, but for some of us, she's just an older sibling.
To run. I fell in Africa. I don't have the legs I used to have. I can still kick somebody. Oh, don't get me wrong. How about that? You gotta love me. But listen.
How about that? You gotta love me. I've never seen anybody this self-absorbed. Like it's like watching. It's
nigga. Did you look in the mirror this morning? Did you look in the mirror this morning? Is all the mirrors in your house covered up or cracked? I have never. You talking about self-absorbed? You can't be more self-absorbed than you, angry man. You can't be. A man that wrote 134-page book. Let me see. The first page has nothing on it. The second page is nothing. The third page is the acknowledgement. We flip through the book. We get to the back part of it, and there's a few empty pages in there. So actually, it's about 128 pages of nothing, of opinion.
The most amazing I've ever seen in my life. It's like watching a person kiss their own. I don't even know how this is possible. You gotta love me though. Like she's performing. This is not authentic. She's performing.
Do your part wherever you are.
I think it's important that we hear this because we get caught up in this one form
So what's the performance? And you're right there, HT Ball. You know what? The next time one of these loose niggas run around talking about the white man did you wrong, angry man, I don't want to hear. Like Dennis Sperling. Constantly talking about the ills of black folks, but now he over there want to be a cheerleader for Carmelo Anthony. Nigga, please go sit your ass down somewhere. We don't need your help. Stay over there in white world now. Stay over there with amongst the Sambo soldiers and the white supremacists. Stay over there with them.
activism, and then we become fighting amongst one another because it's like, well, you ain't doing enough, you doing, but like it's like people are fighting in the ways that they know how.
We don't want you to be activists. You're actors. Go act. Go act. Have y'all ever, when I was growing up, did y'all ever hear Eddie Murphy talk like this? And I'm pretty sure that when Eddie Murphy was young, I'm pretty sure there was way more prejudice in Hollywood.
Well, let me tell you something, angry man. Yes, although Eddie Murphy was not an outspoken activist, if you go back and look at his movies told you everything that he thought about. His movies was a kind of like a look into, this is what y'all really are. You remember the movie Metro? He showed you how stupid white people can be in Metro. I don't even have to mention it. But that just goes to show you, you don't really know these actors. You think you know them. amongst a few other actors that you're about to mention. Listen to a few more actors that he's about to mention.
Did y'all hear any of the classic actors talk like this back in the day? To this day,
they call me Mr. Tibbs. He's about to mention Sidney Poitier, the consummate black man.
I still don't know if Eddie Murphy is a Democrat or a Republican. I don't.
And you don't need to know.
I never knew if John Candy was a Democrat or a Republican. Same with Dan Aykroyd. Same with Bill Murray, Denzel Washington.
Oh, that's a lie. That's a lie. Bill Murray told you his stance. That's a lie. That's a lie. If you go back and look at the overall of all those, all of them will tell you that they weren't Republicans, not like that. Absolutely, it was Candy Cane. Absolutely, it was. Thank you very much. You're absolutely right. The fuckery. Remember the movie Distinguished Gentleman? He took on Congress directly with that. And just tell you, you don't know what you're looking at, Angryman. You only see the comedic value of Eddie Murphy.
Sidney Poitier, Bill Cosby. To this day, I still don't know. Bill Cosby was definitely an activist for black people. But you know how he did it? He did it by doing the actual work. Instead of getting on camera and preaching to us.
Well,
he didn't get on.
Well, again, do y'all remember Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids? Bill Cosby was on camera in every episode. Do y'all remember? Let's go to Morgan Freeman. Do y'all remember Morgan Freeman being on TV? He started an electric company. Let's go to Bill Cosby some more. Wait a minute. Every show that he did, once he started wearing those sweaters for HBCUs. Yes, he was. Denzel played Malcolm X. What the fuck are you talking about, Angryman? You can't get no more controversial than that. What are you talking about? He played Stephen Biko. You can't get no more controversial than that. What the fuck are you talking about? Well, Miller, every once in a while, I mean, I have an array of hats. I have a derby for certain occasions. I have I won't say a Stetson because it's really not a Stetson. I wear baseball caps when I'm out doing this. I might wear one once around the house. I might have on, a Kangol or whatever. But it's obvious you can tell this nigga wears a hat for one reason and one reason only, to cover up that bald spot called his head.
Camera and preach to white society about what they need to do or complain about what white society was doing. You know what Bill Cosby did? Bill Cosby promoted self-accountability.
No.
That's what he promoted.
No.
He promoted
Bill Cosby promoted, let's go to the Cosby Kids. He promoted education, first and foremost, education. And when we got into the black exploitation area, he kind of got away from that, but he was exploring the comedic genius of black folks. He put black folks on. He made sure that every movie that he did, that was surrounded by black folks. He made sure that when black folks came on set, that you didn't come in there with a whole bunch of cursing and screaming and yelling and acting out. And then when he became a member of the Cosby Show, he made, again, focus on family and the education and wealth building. The fuck are you talking about?
accountability.
And you do your part. This is your universe too. We're all scared for our children.
Ugh.
But I say this, it's okay to be scared, but you must.
Who's scared for their children? Who? Who's scared for their children? Do y'all see what I mean with this propaganda?
So, Angryman, are you telling me you claim to be Beano Nation? So I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt on this, just for shits and giggle and conversation. You mean to tell me that you have not had the talk with your, especially your male children, about what's on the other side of that door that's waiting for them? Are you going to tell me that you have not had the conversation with your sons about hands on the wheel when you see that blue light behind you? Are you going to tell me that you have not told your sons about what's out there in the world that's against them? They're not complaining. You're absolutely right, El Boogie. They're having a conversation about what they can do.
You must be unafraid.
Look at it.
Remember the price our ancestors paid. See, Kiki, I don't know where I get my...
Yeah, our ancestors paid the price for you to sit up here and act a fool, for you to sit up here and talk out your wig. Like that's what they paid the price for.
Confident.
And they paid the price for you to call yourself Beano Nation, right, Angry Man? They paid the price for you to sit up on a fucking live stream with a goddamn green frog on your shirt, with a dyed beard, talking shit. They paid the price for you to be a couch potato that's thinking that once this thing called the internet, that the Angry Man was going to be sitting over there saying he created something new under the sun called men and women problems, that he had all the answers when it comes to black men and black women. Yeah, our ancestors sacrificed a whole lot for that, Angry Man. Let's let him continue. Yeah, several times there, Candy Cane Lane, that Bill Cosby has criticized black comedians and black actors for not, dare I say, speaking intelligently sometimes, for taking roles that Bill Cosby felt in some cases demeaned black culture.
It's from, I don't know where I get my...
It's a blessing.
I know it's... I don't know how I've sustained in this business. I don't know. See, Kiki, I don't know where I get my confidence from. I don't know where I get my...
It's a blessing.
I know it's... I don't know how I've sustained in this business. I don't know how I even got to be 69, but here I am.
Bro, this is the most sanctimonious, self-righteous crocker I have ever heard in my life. Bro, I feel like I need to talk to a therapist just having listened to this.
Why? By saying that she's 69 and she wonders how, through the ills of the United States of America, coming up at a time of damn near Jim Crow, segregation, how she survived that. Because believe me, Angry Man, I can call one name right now that will live with me for the rest of my life that did not survive what Jennifer Lewis is talking about. His name is Carl Williams. And when I was in the 5th grade, Carl Williams didn't come back to school Monday. He met his demise at the hands of some folks that didn't like him just because he was black. So that's how she can say how she survived. That's how every black person, especially in the South, could say they survived. They are survivors, because we are. And you're an idiot, because you are.
Kiki, I don't know where I get my confidence. I just don't know how I've been able to maintain. Like, am I watching an interview, or is this part 2 to The Color Purple? Like, this is the biggest crock I have ever heard. Yo, both of these women are rich. Both of them. With an F. Both of them. They're both rich. You got to sit here and listen to this. All my life I had.
Okay, so what that mean? So what's that mean, Angry Man? Both of them are rich, so they should take shit because they're rich? They should just be stepped over any kind of way they want to because they're rich? How did they become rich, Angry Man? I guarantee they did not become rich sitting on the couch. I guarantee they didn't become rich sitting up trying to collect super chats and what you think, Angry Man?
Had to fight. Bro, I'm going to tell you something right now. The Color Purple Just that movie alone set black people back 500 years. I don't know.
No, it set loose niggas back 500 years because exposed y'all loose niggas for going around snatching up these young girls, for thinking that all they're good for is cleaning up your house. And once you find out that you ain't no more good, that them black girls gonna tell you everything that you done already been done to you. I might be black, I may be ugly, but I'm free.
If you noticed or not, but ever since that movie came out, every single black woman on planet Earth, the moment they get in front of a camera, the moment somebody put a microphone in front of their face, they do their own rendition of Sophia. All my life I had to fight. Lord only knows that a girl child ain't safe in a house full of men. Like every single.
And again, see, that's what they like to do. They like to take something and switch it into what they want to use as conversation or content. Not once does she mention her family when it came to that. She was talking about being just black in America, Angryman. And for the majority of black people in their life, yes, there's always been obstacles in front of them. Some of those obstacles we have been able to overcome, and some of them that we haven't. And some of them, even after the obstacles been overcome, Angryman, some of us resort back to the shit that you do. And again, he must have watched the movie on several occasions, El Boogie, because he know that movie word for word. He know that line. He know every line of that movie, don't he? So somebody around you must have been watching it a whole lot. Maybe your sister, maybe your mama, or maybe your auntie. So they must have played that a whole lot in your house on that VHS.
Time, bruh. It never fails. It never fails. Every single time. You don't notice that after The Color Purple, every single B-dub on planet Earth has been interfered with when they were a child, has been assaulted, has some sort of story of somebody doing something foul to him sexually. You haven't noticed?
No, that's the only people that what's up there, Chaos. That's you, Angryman, because not every black woman says that. Now, are there some cases of that in our community? Yes, it is. In some cases in white communities, yes, it is. But not every black woman that has happened to. And so that's what it means to be empathetic and sympathetic to those women that it has happened to. It's not a cliche. And that's what the problem with you and niggas like you are. Y'all think it's cliche when a woman says that, or when a young girl says that. And then you're going to bring up Monique when she was in the what's the movie? Y'all help me out here. When she was the mean mama. Then you'll bring that up as your next talking point. I haven't listened to this. Who knows? He might.
Notice this? You haven't noticed this. It's like the woman version of what black men do. You know what black men do? This is what black men do. My daddy wasn't there, so I had to raise myself. I was out here in these streets. I had to grow up fast, and I had to learn how to be a man before my time. You ain't noticed that the majority of black men push this narrative. They push it so much that
Yes, it was precious. Remember it? Yeah, it was precious. Absolutely. Absolutely it was. So, Angryman, that's what I'm surprised that you haven't brought that up yet. But again, the sun shines on the dog ass, so you held it up high enough so I could give you a green. But you're right. A lot of y'all low life that niggas do use that excuse. That believe since you may not have been raised by your daddy, or your daddy might not have been around, that gives you an excuse to act out. That gives an excuse to be lazy, to be shiftless, to be nothing because your daddy wasn't there. What's up there, Cherie Johnson? How you doing? Welcome in.
Dudes that had their fathers in their life, they don't even bring it up. They don't even bring it up. I
That's
didn't
not
even
true.
know Jadakiss' father was in his life until recently. And there's numerous other black men. You don't know that their father is in their life because the narrative of being the black kid that grew up without a father and came up tough is the story that all black people, all black men want. All black men.
Who told you that? HT Bar 1, that's the story you want? What about you, Sock Passe? That's the story you want? How about Chaos Rain? How about you? That the story that you want? That wants to be the story that's your tag to you. If somebody was writing an autobiography about you, that would be the story that you wanted. Let me make sure. Let's see him say it again. Listen, is this the story that we want as black men?
That the dudes that had their fathers in their life, they don't even bring it up. They don't even bring it up. I didn't even know Jadakiss' father was in his life until recently. And there's numerous other black men. You don't know that their father is in their life because the narrative of being the black kid that grew up without a father and came up tough is the story that all black people, all black men want. All black men want.
What black men have you, ladies, have y'all run into that story yet from the black men that y'all dealt with? Have y'all ran into that story, or have you ran into the excuse of my daddy wasn't around? That's why I am the way I am. I think I speak, I think I speak about my pops. Maybe I don't call him by his name. I think if my children speak about me, I think South Passe, you may speak about your daddy, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you got to go and stand up from the rooftops or the highest mountain saying, hey, guess what, y'all? Hey, pay attention. Hey, you over there. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy. You know why? I was raised by my daddy. My daddy raised me. Say it again, Candy Cane. The only men that think that the street life is cool think that way.
That story because they feel like it's a badge of honor. So for black women, it's the I was interfered with and I overcame it. And for black boys, it's the I grew up without a father and I overcame it. Those are the two things. How
can you compare the two?
Community, it's almost.
How do you compare the two? Of XSA and your daddy not being in the house. Is that a fair comparison, y'all? Being SA'd, allegedly, well, use that word, and not having your daddy in the house.
Most shameful for you as a black woman not to have some sort of sexual trauma in the black community. As a black man, it's almost shameful for you to have grown up with your father. Tell me I'm lying.
No.
Tell me I'm lying.
No, it's not.
And I feel better than I ever.
Who the fuck told you that? There's no shame in growing up with your daddy. There's no shame in having a story about when I was with my grandfather. There's no shame if you're fortunate enough to remember I met my great-grandmother or my great-grandparents. There's no shame in that. What are you talking about, Angry Man? But you had some guys in here earlier until we got rid of them that would agree with you, that was shaking their head that you're right. Let's go.
Ever have. I'm so happy in my life. I was with Michelle Obama. I know you were too. And I was telling her, I said, I'm so happy.
Oh, he hated that. Told you.
They're dangerous.
I told you.
I mean that in every sense of the word. They are dangerous.
Now, I wanted to see if anyone noticed this, so I'll bring it up now. We're about almost finished with this first critique of the Angryman here. Did y'all notice that he edited these videos? Why you edit your videos, Angryman? Why you take out the cuss words, Angryman? Because somebody told you throughout the 15, 16 years of your history, they're tired of hearing you cursing throughout your streams. Maybe that's why you're getting demonetized. Maybe that's why nobody comes to listen to you. Maybe that's why nobody wants you as a spokesman. So you figured, and let me clean up my videos. You, Mella, are you a black woman? You, Mella, are you a black woman? Then you're dangerous, according to Angryman.
I'm so happy right now. I'm not going to let the world of ICE and this one and that one with my everyday life.
Why does she even care about ICE? To everybody watching, why does she even care about ICE? Why does she even care about ICE?
And take my joy. But I'm going to stand up wherever I am.
And by the way, to the women of the world, I have something that I have to tell you. This is a public service announcement. You may care or you may not care, but I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Everybody don't want to see y'all feet. There's a lot of you women on the internet. You think you have pretty feet and you don't.
Nigga, you're supposed to be critiquing her words, not her feet. You see this, what I'm saying, folks? No matter what the conversation with Angryman and folks like Angryman, sooner or later, they'll turn it into something sexual. Sooner or later, they'll turn it into something that they can look at that woman and call her out for something. The way she looks, the way she wears her hair. Now, Angryman, you couldn't say nothing about her, so you went down to her feet? You went to her feet? Some of y'all niggas got shoe fetishes. Some of y'all niggas got toe fetishes.
Sorry, I'm just keeping it real. Everybody doesn't want to see your feet. They don't. They don't. I'm sorry. They just don't.
My next song begins with this lyric. 35.9 million people did not vote in 2024. Who the is talking? Shut the up!
She's crazy. This woman is crazy.
No, that's the
she
auntie.
Is batshit.
That's the Angryman. Maybe you don't understand this, but that's the auntie. That's the auntie realizing she ain't got to be honest. She ain't got to be apologetic to anybody anymore. She can say what the fuck she want to because she's earned that right. At 69 years old, not to have to hold her tongue about anything. You're not going to talk over me like you young niggas used to do, because when back in my day and that back in a couple, maybe not even so much a generation before you, when you heard grown folks talking, you didn't say nothing. Now you niggas would overtalk you.
Crazy. Nah, she ain't drunk. She's crazy. She ain't drunk. She's crazy. She's crazy. And I knew this was about Trump. I knew this was, I don't know what it is, but Black Hollywood has been co-opted.
Black Hollywood, he's about to say, has been co-opted by Trump deranged syndrome. I bet he's going to say it.
To go against Trump. Now, I need you to keep in mind, Black Hollywood never had a problem with Trump until he became president.
That's not true.
In fact, Black Hollywood loved Donald Trump until he became president.
That's not true.
I'll even take it a step further. If Donald Trump had ran as a Democrat, these same women would be sitting up here on this show praising him. I'm going to say that again. If Donald Trump had ran as a Democrat and won, they would be praising him right now. On this show, on this episode, they would be up there talking about how great of a president he is.
No, they wouldn't.
I have no doubt about that.
No, they wouldn't.
Absolutely.
No, they wouldn't.
No.
Because you know what? The Democratic Party would have never nominated him. And I'm glad I paused it there, because you got that stupid look on your face right now. The Democratic Party would have never allowed Trump into their folds. If the Republicans and Project 2025 creators had not seen an opportunity, an opening for this double talking, slick-sided orange, no hair, draw back on his face, Trump, he would never have been president. It's the Republicans. Because understand, those same Republicans that's sniffing Trump's balls right now, that got their head up his ass, are the same one that was calling him all kinds of names. You forgot about that, huh, Angry Man?
Doubt.
Once again, 35. Oh, you get it. This the stupid that saved my life in Africa. Come the over here, get on the camera. Come on, you know you want to. Come on, show your daughter. Her daughter's impressed. Get the over here, Lori. Talking. I never seen nobody go. But I tell you one thing, she got that helicopter to land. Get the over here. I've ever. What are you talking about?
Because I knew you want to talk about the voting. So, and they were trying to.
I don't give about voting. Go sit your down somewhere. Come sit down.
Just told her to come.
Listen.
She just wants me to cover.
This is my. Listen, Lori say.
She just went on a whole tirade. That was really a tirade about white people.
No,
what you want to say?
No, that was called gaslighting you, fucking around with your friends right there. That's called I can say anything I want to you, and you know I don't mean it. That's called joking. That's called playing around with you. Sit your ass on down here, girl. That's what that's called. Did y'all see? Do y'all see any animosity between these two ladies right there? That's what this whole premise was on. Remember, he wanted to talk about this video with Keke Palmer and Jennifer because of that white lady right there. Now let's see. It took him a while to get to it, so let's see what he says.
I know my people. She just went on a whole tirade about white people. And here she is with her white liberal friend. I told you, these people are hypocrites. These people are full of, and I don't know who's more of a hypocrite.
You can't edit,
or the white lady.
Angry Man, you can't edit very well. I can't tell you that. Who has ever, I hope you're not paying anybody to edit your streams because they're not editing them correctly. You have repeated yourself a couple times. You have gone back into different things. You try to paste together some shit that's not working for you, sir. So just go ahead and continue to curse and scream and yell. Just do live streams. Stop trying to edit this shit. Your peoples. You heard that too, huh, HT Baldwin? Your peoples.
Because what self-respecting white person would listen to somebody talk like that about their own people, about their people, and still be cool with them?
What self-respecting white lady would be caught dead with a pickaninny? What Massa, is we sick? Massa, is you hungry? You in the words of Kevin Samuels, you can't make this shit up. You can't make this up, folks. Oh, I think I moved the wrong one. Let me go back here. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and go to this one. Let's do this one next. Let me move this off the screen. And let's do this one next. Yeah. This is the Cellulite podcast right here, where the Angry Man was on this. He came up a little bit later on, so let me go find out exactly where he's at on the stream. And I want y'all to listen to some of the commentary that he has. Let's start. I didn't listen to this whole thing, but let's start right here. Okay, here we go. Let's start with Cell right here. Here we go. I know HT Ball won, but you know, my man, I ain't had nothing else to do today. You know, I figured I better cover this because of a few. We sick, boss.
and then try to have some justification behind it. Poppy says, Sal, when you watch that video, did Big Tigger beat that bitch, yes or no? No, he did not beat her, but that's not what I'm talking about, Poppy. I'm talking about the scenario I gave and how you niggas was giving pushback to everything I was fucking saying. Even you, Poppy, when you came up with if your kids is playing with toys and you tell them to go to bed, get those kids. Those are kids, Poppy. Those are kids. It's not a grown-ass woman. That's the difference. I don't understand what the fuck the problem is. And I don't understand why this nigga Rock was coming at me as if I'm supposed to be afraid to put my hands on a woman. Yes, here, let me help you out. You goddamn right. You know why? Because they believed them before they believed me.
And that's the problem, Sel. It's not that you won't put your hands on a woman. See, be careful of what you say and how you say it, thinking you're defending yourself. It's not the fact that this should have been the answer. Absolutely, under no circumstances, unless it's in a life-threatening situation, would I put my hands on a woman. Full stop. Full stop. Now, if you beating the fuck out of me and you getting the best out of me and you're a woman, gonna be embarrassing, but I'm gonna do something to get you off me. And then I think later on he realizes what he's saying and what he said, so he cleans it up. Watch.
Angry man, I don't know what you meant by the word you. How am I Angry man, you can hit the panel, bro. How am I contradicting myself? Tell me how y'all can come up. Tell me how I'm contradicting myself. How? This is what's been bothering me all fucking night. Poppy says, if a bitch got my phone, expensive watches and jewelry, I'm going to get my shit back from the bitch. I don't care what y'all say. Fine. If that's what you want to do, and if that means that you're going to get physical with it, that's what you're going to do. I don't understand that point. I don't.
Well, I don't know if it was a bitch that OJ went and tried to retrieve his stuff from, but I know OJ went to jail behind it. I know that someone stole his football memorabilia, and when they found out where he had it, somebody set him up. And when he went to go hijack his shit back, what happened to OJ? Now, to me, if you know somebody stole your stuff, your cell phone, your iPhone or whatever, and you know where it's at, why wouldn't you do the right thing and call the police instead of going over there, putting your hands on the chick? Because now you have uneven the crime. You can't go beat somebody up because they stole your shit. That's jail time. You can't go and beat somebody with a stick or punch them in the mouth because although you might want to, there's a crime for you that's called assault, and there's a crime for that person that stole your shit. Could be petty larceny, or depending on the value, it could be grand larceny. But there's two separate crimes that's about to be committed. One was already committed because you say you got to go get your shit back. And when you get over there, the next crime that's going to be committed because you say you got to beat her up. And this is what your boy Angryman is about to come up here and argue. I know, El Boogie, and I'm sorry, but I hate to use it, but I'm not using it at the way that, you know, I try and clean language a little. It really is hard to keep clean language when you're dealing with loose niggas. I know I can articulate myself a little bit better than this, and I really do try, but sometimes you got to, in order to get clean, you got to get in the mud.
That's the way to do. What up, OG?
Yo,
what's going
you
on?
hear me?
I can hear you. Y'all put a one in chat. Y'all can hear Angry Man.
Oh, hold
what
on
up,
one second. Okay, I should be able to hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. What up, though?
What's going on?
How did I contradict myself?
With the thing you said with Poppy, when Poppy said when he gave the analogy about the kids, what was it, kids?
I know you were there, El Boogie, but again, that's the thing about the difference between us and them. Sometimes you got to admit to where you're wrong about it, and I do have to clean my language up sometimes. I don't usually go back and listen to my streams, but a couple of streams that I've listened to, whew, I thought I was back in the Marine Corps. Jesus Christ.
is not going to bed or something like that?
He said, if your kids, if you tell your kids to put away the toys, it's time for them to go to bed. Would you take the toys from them, or would you call the police?
Okay, so let's weed through this. So I get what you're saying, because you're saying you can't use that analogy because your woman is not a child.
Correct.
And I agree with that. I totally agree with that. The only problem is you also earlier excused, you also earlier didn't hold the woman accountable as if she was a child.
What?
Elaborate, because I'm confused.
Me too.
So I didn't see the stream last night. I'm just seeing it. You know, I came to the stream late and they was talking about something else. So I didn't see the stream until you're playing the stream, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in the conversation that you were having, they were talking about the woman tearing up some shit, right?
It started off about the Big Tigger video. You seen the Big Tigger video, the TMZ one?
Yeah.
So in that video, you can actually see her foot kick out and grab the door as she was like trying to wrestle her out the door.
Yeah.
And split her head open.
Yeah.
So the scenario, it's a little bit of an echo. The scenario that I gave, I'm gonna stop yelling. The scenario I gave was, this is that you let this woman in your house and she gets to acting up. Would you call the police, or would you physically restrain her or stop her? And they say, yeah, I will physically restrain her because that's my shit is valuable because I paid for it. I said, well, no, I would rather just call the police and then sue her for everything that she tear up. That way I don't have to worry about the smoke and the mirrors of, oh, look what Say like possibly did. Because when the video,
how that worked for Jonathan Majors. Remember, y'all remember that when they said he grabbed that woman out of the car or the vehicle or something. How did that end up for him? How did that end up for Johnny Depp? How did it end up for all these niggas, or all these so-called men that put their hands on that woman, whether the optics was right or not, or whether they believe that they had a justifiable? How about Ray Rice? How about Jay-Z? We saw what's her name? What's Beyonce's sister name? I forgot her name just that quick. But we saw her putting her hands on Jay-Z, didn't we? Did Jay-Z swing back?
video come out, everyone's going to be drawing their own narratives to avoid going to jail or avoid having to deal with the blowback, going on the radio show, apologizing, saying that, hey, to all my fans, this is not what it seemed. To avoid all of that, I would rather just not put my hands on the woman. That's where it started at. So then it kept evolving. Go ahead.
Okay, that's logical. I mean, I don't completely agree with it, but I get the reasoning.
Okay, dummy. What's not to agree about it? Yeah, Solange. She beat JJ's ass in the elevator, didn't she? She was putting hands on him. But one thing Jay-Z did, he had the restraint not to swing back. So, Angryman, you was in the chat room down to this man telling him how wrong he was about something. So when you come up here, the first thing you do is to tell him that I disagree with what you said, but you have not said anything valid to show a disagreement about, except for the fact that you believe that the man that got the stuff taken can go get it back. How is he going to get it back, Angryman? That's the point we need to wait for you to say.
Logical. So my issue with the whole Big Tigger situation, and it ties into this conversation, because I don't treat women like children.
Yeah, you do.
I expect them to act like adults.
Fair.
So for her to be in the house tearing up shit,
damn Miller,
and destroying shit because she's upset, that's not her acting like an adult. That's her acting like a petulant child.
No, it's not.
You feel what I mean?
No, it's not. Because a petulant child would know better than to bust up a TV. A petulant child might scream and yell at the top of their voice, crying, saying they want their way. But they ain't going to tear no shit up. They're not going to go through the house knocking down glasses. They're not going to go through the house, or they're not going to run outside and take a sledgehammer to your car. That's what we're talking about, Angry Man. That's what Sel was trying to describe to you fools. But why did y'all decide to bring children in, like Poppy Blanco? You can't make idiots up like this every day, folks.
I'm saying, so I get why Poppy would look at it from that perspective or use that analogy, because he's saying, okay, well, if your kids did XYZ, are you going to call the cops on them? The analogy is that, you know, when you're dealing with children, you don't call the cops. You actually reprimand them, or you stop them from doing what they're doing.
Okay, so that again is you saying you agree with Poppy Blanco, but then you're giving every reason not to agree with him. Women are not children. The mere fact that you're using women and children in the same sentence might not make sense to me. How could someone that you decided to lay down with, to possibly have other children with, you're considering this person as a petulant child? That tells me a lot about you. Not the woman that you're with. That tells me about you. Or am I missing something?
I get the analogy, because in that moment when that woman is acting like that, she's not behaving like an adult. She's behaving like a child.
So that means, Angry Man, you do treat your woman like a child. Because if you can say that you get what he's saying, that means that somewhere in your life, somewhere with the woman that you're with, you do think of her as a child. If, in your case or your estimation, she acts up. That's the only reason that she could be acting up, that she's acting like a child.
Got you. So I understand what you're saying, but I'm gonna tell you why I disagree, right? Because even if a person is acting in childish behavior, how I respond to that results in the consequences that I have to face. You see what I'm saying?
You're
so
right.
If you know, I'm married to Raw. If Raw get the acting out of here and she starts acting childish, if I go to try to restrain her or discipline her or render some type of consequences to her, how I react to her bad behavior is going to be overlooked. We understand that, because women typically don't get held to accountability. We understand that, right?
Yeah.
So how I react to it, that's going to be all they're going to focus on. So if I physically restrain her, if I get to stop her and all this and the other, and she falls onto the floor and bruises her knee, the first thing they're going to say is, oh, say like bruised, he was beaten on Raw because her knee is bruised and she got a black eye and all this, that, and the other. To remove myself from that, if she get to acting up, I'm grabbing my keys and I'm leaving the house.
Yeah, I get it. It's logical. I understand.
It absolutely is. If your girl start acting up, then you leave. You don't put hands on her. It's called removing yourself from a bad situation. What's not logical about that? Not everybody gets along. Human beings don't get along. You could be married to someone for years and years and years and have a bad day with them. Ain't that right, my gully geechee homegirl, Mahogany Roots? You could be married and have a bad day with somebody. You could go to bed or you could walk around all day and I can't stand that nigga. That could just be one of those days. But in your quest of not standing that ninja, put your hands on them. You're going to be taking the stand. You're going to be taking the stand. And they might be taking some of your freedoms because you couldn't control your hands.
Yeah, I understand that part of it.
Right. So I don't understand how the kid analogy can be used if her childish behavior that does not render her to a child's understanding.
No,
that part I don't.
But it doesn't. But it's kind of like you got to have the same energy.
Like, wait a minute. So you got to have childlike mentality, childlike energy. So basically, you went out and found you a woman that acts like a child. That acts like a petulant child. I hate to say this, but the student has Fox the teacher, like they use in Kung Fu. Snatch the pebble from my hand. When you snatch the pebble from my hand, Cellulite, it's time for you to leave. It's time for you to leave that dumbass angry man alone. It's time for you to stop holding this nigga's nuts. You were one of the good guys at one point in time, Cellulite. What happened to you? This nigga on the right side of your screen happened to you. You thought he was going to help you build your channel. And I'm telling you right now, slowly but surely, this man on the right side of you will turn against you. His history should tell you that. It won't be long before this conversation that you're having with himself will come back and be revisited by this beard dying motherfucker right here.
If you have the energy, if you got the energy that the woman, regardless of if she's acting like a child, she's still an adult, you have to have the same energy for her when it comes to accountability. So it's like, okay, you're doing all of this. We're not going to excuse the fact that, and I'm not saying you're excusing it, because you did say you're going to sue the shit out of her and all of that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is, I personally don't believe that my shit got to get tore up for her to learn that lesson. Because the same way we got laws in this country for domestic violence and men, you know, which is always aimed at men in most cases. I've seen women get domestic violence charges too, but most of the time it's men, right? So the same way we got laws for that, we got laws against destroying personal property. So my thing is, she shouldn't be the same way that if you try to attack her, if you try to attack the woman, not because she did anything, but just because you came home one day and she ordered a pizza instead of cooking your favorite meal, and you're like, pizza for dinner, and you ready to whoop her ass because of that, right? She has the right to defend herself, correct?
Correct.
Now, funny how you should mention pizza, Angry Man, because I tell you, a lot of us have been around you a long time. And it's funny how you should use the pizza delivery scenario, because that's exactly what you did. Somebody was delivering something to your house. Your wife, and I think one of your children was there. You had a hissy fit online about pizza being delivered to you because I think they were too loud while you was on your live stream. Correct me if I'm wrong, somebody. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay, cool. So the same way she has the right to defend herself, regardless of what the consequences are, because even if she defends herself, that doesn't mean she's going to win in that situation. She just means she has the right to defend herself.
This
right?
is, listen here, look here.
The same way she has.
Look here, look. This here's a nigga that will hit you. Ladies, if a man says that, this is a nigga that will hit you. I promise you that. I can guarantee you, this is someone that will knock you out. Now, I'm going to drop the link here in a little bit for this last hour that's about to come up here while we cover this. So if anyone wants to come up and join the conversation, feel free to. But again, please remember, keep it respectful. That's all I ask. If you want to joke on the Angry Man or anybody else, be respectful about it. Keep it within the confines of YouTube. You was typing that, El Boogie? This is a nigga that will hit you. Am I right, El Boogie? Is that what you got from that right there? This is a nigga that will hit you.
Has the right to defend herself. As a man, you have a right to defend your property. You have a right to stop somebody from trying to tear up your shit. You feel me? Now, you may go to jail for it, but it just depends on what type of time you on and what type of dude you on.
So let's face this. Let's look at this, Angry Man. I understand that you don't want, nobody wants their shit tore up, but you can replace a laptop. You can replace a PS5, but you can't replace that time that you're going to get for being in jail. You can't get none of that back. And you have escalated the situation to a whole different set of crimes. What she did is a misdemeanor. There's no physical contact for you. So if the police do show up, because she is a resident of that household, the only thing that police can ask her, ma'am, please stop tearing up shit around here. It's y'all's. But she not gonna take him to jail. Policeman not gonna take her to jail for tearing up your PS5. We're gonna give you a piece of paper and tell you to go down to the courthouse. And if you want to fill out a small claims report against the woman that you're living with, go ahead. But this, I can't take her to jail because she busted up your PS5. Now it's a different set of circumstances if you have some woman visiting you and she steal your shit. That's a different set of circumstances. But that's not what they're talking about. Actually, in all actuality, folks, what they're really trying to do, and I'll have to give credit where credit due for this sale, they're trying to give cover for Big Tigger because his wife got online and showed the injuries that this man did to him. Big Tigger is one of their heroes.
That's why I was saying in the chat, I disagree with you, because nigga, hey.
So all right,
yeah, it's like okay.
Whether you want to answer this question or not, I'm gonna ask you. I got enough respect for you to ask you a question. So how do you stop her then? She in the house tearing up your expensive shit. She throwing your watches, breaking up your chains, your studio. How do you stop her?
You grab her.
Restrain her.
Okay, cool. So you restrain her, and in the midst of all of that, she goes up against your desk and she slashes her leg open. What's the smoking? What's the headlines gonna be tomorrow? Angryman is beating the shit out of his wife. Now you got to come on live and you got to say, hey, y'all, I can't speak on this situation because it is a case ongoing. So I just want to say that everything that y'all are hearing about that is untrue. This is unsolicited information being put out about me, and I'll see y'all later down the road. But until that time, because she has a slash on her leg, your ass then went to jail for the night, and she still got access to the house.
I'm not coming on live and saying nothing. I'm going to lay it down.
That's what I'm saying. So
yeah,
to Poppy and to that nigga Rockstar last night to avoid.
See there? He just told you, if you tap my shit, I'm gonna beat your ass. Look what that shit-eating grin on his face. Look. Didn't need to say it. He told on himself, didn't he, ABT? He told on himself. I'm going to restrain you. I'm going to grab you. And if you keep trying to tear my shit up, I'm going to beat you. This is a man that will hit you for not having his dinner ready. This is a man that once he starts raising his voice, he has no control. He has no self-control. And as soon as a woman starts getting the best of him with her mouth, that's his only source of recourse.
Avoid all of that. I don't give a damn if Raw come in here and get to tearing up all my shit. If she dismantle my gun and throw that bitch in the river, guess what? I'm just racking that shit. Okay, that's 1,500. That's 2,000. That's 700. Damn, she done broke the PlayStation. That's 500 right there.
That's sad,
but here's the thing. Though. Here's the thing. And then you got it, Poppy. Let me just say this real quick, right? So here's the thing. You're not worried about Raw doing that because she's not going to do that, right? So
how do you know? No disrespect, Raw, but how do you know? Do you know the mentality of Raw B, and do you know the ins and outs and the goings of these two particular relationship? Because earlier you said all women are like this. So how, and all of a sudden, can you exclude Raw B? Because you said earlier all women are like this. And Raw B ain't in Hollywood.
It's the same thing with my wife. My wife doesn't violate somebody else's personal property. If my phone is laying around, she's not going to pick it up and bother it. Same way I don't bother her shit, right? I don't even go like if every once in a while, I might there's a key to this this box that I need, and my wife usually has it because she's usually out and about. And I'll be like, yo, babe, you got the key? And she's like, it's in my purse. I won't even go in her purse. That's how I was brought up. I don't go in black women's purses, right? So I get what you're saying when you say, yo, I'm not putting my hands on a woman. That's the way I was brought up. I get it. I 100% get it. But the thing about it is, you pick the woman that you know you ain't gotta be in that type of situation.
Again,
And
how do you know that?
Thing.
How do you know that? You don't know the future of any relationship. All you can do is go by what's in front of you. You don't know that 10 years from now, the woman that you choose might be the woman that you divorce. You don't know 5 years from now that the woman that you chose won't get mad enough to tear your shit up. You don't know. I have no damn crystal ball, angry man. Nobody gets into a relationship based on, let me see, is this going to be one of them chicks that tear my shit up? It's going to be one of them chicks that I got to worry about that when I leave, that my PS5 won't get busted up? No, I'm sorry. I physically, I don't know Raw B. I don't know whether she can fight physically or not. I don't know. But, you know, all I can say is I wouldn't want to find out. I'm just gonna put it like that. No disrespect. Well, I guess so. I guess you can't call it no disrespect. But so we seen your fighting skills,
right? But with that being said, there's a lot of guys out here that I guess they did not have the foresight to do that, or whatever reason. I don't think they should just stand idly by.
Right.
While they shit get destroyed.
Right. Shy shot caller. I don't put nothing past anybody. And I'm like you. If a dog got teeth, what you mean he won't bite? Today might be the day he decided to use them. On me. And welcome to the broadcast. Welcome in. Great to see you. And for those of you just new for the first time, please, I won't ask you for any money. I won't ask you to support the stream financially. But I will ask if you can like, share, or subscribe. Get me in the algorithm. Or if you feel like it, come on over to Classic R&B Jams radio station and vibe with us over there. So my man HT Ball 1, aka DJ Ed. Thursday night you can check him out with the Soulful House Mix. I see you already doing a little music shopping. Great show, great show. I'm sorry we had a little connection problem in there, but my man, like I said, I've listened to a lot of DJs over my years. And your timing and your transitions and that house music are impeccable.
I just don't, right? I just don't. So and I'm not saying, keep in mind, I'm not on the type of time that a couple of dudes was throwing on the panel. I'm saying you got to try to bust her head wide open or nothing like that. I'm saying if you can restrain her without causing any damage. You feel what I'm saying?
You don't have the right to blowback that Tigger.
You don't have the right to put your hands on anyone. You don't have the right to restrain anyone. If he heads out the door, if you're in the bedroom, angry man, and she's heading towards the bedroom door, and you put a hand on her, stop her, technically that is kidnapping. You're stopping somebody from going somewhere they wanted, where they want to be. You can't do that.
Guy, he didn't cause that girl no damage. She caused herself.
That nigga weak as hell. Like he
that's the problem though, right? Because I'm gonna give you a little bit of pushback, and I want you to think about it before I go to Poppy. What's chapter 2 of your book, Angry Man? The vetting process.
Yeah.
All right. So if you have a history of choosing bad women, and these bad women cause you problems, is that her fault or is that your fault as a man?
If you keep choosing the same type of woman, that's your fault.
Thank you. Poppy, go ahead.
I got to disagree with Angry Man. You don't know what's going to happen to you until it happens to you. You see what I'm saying? Like, yes, because it never happens. You can, quote unquote, study her better, whatever you want to call it. But thank God it hasn't happened to you. But like, it's kind of like if a woman cheat on you, obviously she didn't cheat on you in the past. She just cheat on you right there. So you see what I'm saying? It just didn't happen to you at that particular moment.
Yeah.
So
I get what you're saying, but it's like that when you're younger, but you like when you get a little bit older, you can kind of tell which chicks is on what type of time.
No, you cannot. No, you cannot, Angry Man. Stop with the gaslighting. Stop with the bullshit. No, you cannot, sir. You cannot tell. Let's move on a little bit, because I really don't want to listen to Poppy Blanco too much, to be quite honest with you. He's an idiot. Let's go right here. Let's click on the right here.
So Angry Man, let me just give you a couple of questions. I wholeheartedly agree with you that, yeah, we're in a situation where men are held at a different standard. Very similar, like you said, to a black man in the past being held to a different standard, being baited by white men.
Now, why in the fuck do y'all have this white man up on here looking like the guy that killed Ahmaud Arbery up on the panel talking about black folks' issues? Why? Who invited him to the cookout? Who? He's arguing with somebody, and I want to get to that.
Fast as you can. Now the difference is if you move her in, it might be a little harder. But hey, defending yourself, and you ain't gotta beat her. You can snatch her ass up. But I'm calling the police. I'm getting somebody else to call the police. But we gotta quit acting like it's just something new. Now we do know all of us black men on the panel, we know a woman beater in our families, friends, or what have you. We know a man that'll just whoop his woman's ass, and she got to take a deep breath.
20 seconds.
So let's stop pretending with this shit. Now, Angry Man, you wasn't wrong, and Raw wasn't wrong, but Angry Man, you got to give more grace to the fact that we know what
read
we
the chat
go
talking
through.
about hot grits and burning beds, my
Oh,
nigga.
what I'm saying, I get that, but how many men hold up, Angry Man?
Bro.
I
Like,
shot
real
the
shit.
nigga
Like,
that
bro,
beat my
don't
mama
preach to me about
for
none of
12
this shit.
years.
And see, that's the problem with Angry Man. He do not like for folks to give him pushback because he insists at all times he's right. Now, I didn't go through this whole stream, and so we skipped around a little bit, but I think part of the stream that I meant to stop on was, again, the analogy of the burning bed and the Al Green with the hot grits. I don't know too much about what possessed the lady to throw the hot grits on Al Green, but she felt she had enough reason to do it. Now, from what they say, a womanizer. Al Green was a man that, dare I say, until he found religion, did some things to some women that they weren't appreciative of. And this woman decided to say, you know what? Enough is enough. I'm going to ball up me some grits and I'm going to get your ass. Now, about the burning bed was exactly that. The reason why this woman decided to tie her husband down to the bed and burn him up is because she had been suffering through years and years of abuse. If you watch The Sopranos, Richie Aprile got done in by his chick shortly after he punched her in the mouth. And 2 minutes before he punched her in the mouth, guess what? All she said was, "There's nothing wrong with your son dancing ballet." But in him, in his machismo anger, punched her in the mouth for that. And then looked at her and said, "Get my dinner." Sat down, started eating. And when she looked at him in disbelief that you just punched me in my face, he thought nothing was going to happen. She came back in the room and said, "What you going to do, cry now?" Bow, bow. She shot him once. That took him out the chair. But she knew if she didn't finish him off, that she was going to have to be subject to that abuse again. Bow. Put another one in him. That was the end of her abuser. And she absolutely did it. Folks, if you have never seen The Burning Bed, you need to go watch it. There's another movie out there. I'm not a Jennifer Lopez fan, but there's another movie out there called Enough. I suggest any woman that's in a relationship that's being harmed in that way, I'm Pure Butterfly. You need to watch those movies. I'm not advocating it, but it's going to give you some ideas of how to get out of it. I'm not telling you to take anyone's life. But if yours in jeopardy, you have the right to defend it. And it'll just be a matter of time. If someone is constantly beating on you, that will hit you for any reason, it'll just be a matter of time before he ends your life too. But let's go some more here. Now listen to how Angryman gets upset when somebody tells him it ain't right to put your hand.
What it is women are
hold up,
taking
Angryman.
women are taking advantage of a situation to basically
you was
put
bringing
us
up white
in a
people's
position
shit
of
though. I
subordination.
don't get that. That the burning bed was white people. Have you ever known somebody that was black woman burn up a nigga? Now she might have stabbed him, shot him. Never.
Hot grits. That was Al Green. We all know that story.
And guess what? Because he actually was whipping her ass because he wanted to.
Facts.
She could have did anything and everything he wanted, and he just wanted to whoop a motherfucker's ass. He wanted to whoop. Excuse my language, y'all. He wanted to whoop a woman because he's a woman beater.
Every nigga that get hit with hot grits wasn't whooping ass, bruh. Let's stop.
The majority of them.
And see, this is again, that's why I tell you folks, you need to beware of folks like the Angryman. You need to be aware of the folks that he so-called is teaching. You need to be aware of the folks that he so-called is putting information out to, because he just said that not every woman that balls up some hot grits got hit. You damn right. It's called breakfast. You damn right. My mama used to cook grits every morning. When I was married, my ex-wife, well, she didn't cook it every morning because she was from the city. She didn't cook grits every morning. You might add some pancakes or some waffles or some shit like that. But she didn't cook up no grits to throw on me. Al Green, like they said, was whooping this woman's ass. And she got tired of it. Farrah Fawcett was taking an ass whipping from her husband unmercifully. And she got tired of it.
No, they wasn't, bro. I literally know a dude right now.
If a woman is walking in with a black eye and your mama say, guess what? Hey, you need to cook some. Come on now, Angryman. We know that's a culture thing.
So
they were actually
to keep decorum, right? Hold on, wait, time out. To keep decorum, right? Because I didn't mean this to turn into. You good, but I didn't mean this to turn into an argument. We having a conversation. It can get elevated, but it don't have to be an argument, right? This is why I keep saying let one talk and the other talk, right?
Well,
so
Sel, the only time the arguments get heated or elevated is when your man Angryman opens up his mouth. Y'all give this nigga too much grace. I saw that before on the Truth Tellers platform. Y'all give this nigga too much grace.
What you saying, William? Angryman, you want to respond right quick before I go to Justin?
Angryman is the elder, so no, I gotta respect him on that.
Angryman ain't your elder. You ain't gotta respect shit. You ain't gotta respect the fool. What the hell's wrong with you? You got to respect the fool. Angryman don't deserve no respect for him to sit up here and say that it's okay to beat on a woman or justify the reasons why. If a woman is taking your stuff out the house, let her walk out with it. Call the police. It's called self-preservation. I've had women to be mad at me. I've had women to take swings at me. And you know what? I said, shit, Miss Lady, you can't hit hard enough to hurt me. Take your best shot. Go ahead and bust it. Try and break your knuckle on this six-pack. Go ahead. If you that mad that you feel that you got to take a swing at me, go ahead. Let's see how you gonna feel with like afterward. Is you gonna hit me? Hell no. You think I'm that dumb? Go ahead, take your best shot, Miss Lady. So now we can get that out the way. From now on, you'll know better than to swing at me. because you know you're not going to hurt me that way. The hardest I've ever been hit by a woman is through words. Words. Not actions, words. Who ain't never had the air let out their tire? I know I have. Who ain't never had their window busted out? I know I have. Who ain't never had that uncomfortable call at 3 o'clock in the morning? I know I have. Do a little bit more of this here and then we're going to end it.
Okay, go ahead.
Is this before I black men.
Angryman, I just want to hold on. Angryman, I just want to make a statement real quick before you leave. Go ahead. Go ahead, Angryman. Oh, okay. So I think y'all failed to realize what Angryman was really was truth. Like back in Jim Crow, white men would beat on black men because they know they could get away with it. That's kind of like the atmosphere that we are at right now with women.
Jim Crow and black men ain't got nothing to do with you as a grown ass man not being able to control yourself beating on women. Jim Crow ain't got shit to do with white men. But Angryman, this is the same person that said a little bit while ago that you run around blaming white men for everything. Only when it's convenient for you, huh, Angryman? Or maybe you just that dumb, or maybe you're just that uneducated that you don't realize what the fuck you be saying.
I mean, that is the truth. I don't think he was lying about that. I don't think he was incorrect about that. But what people fail to realize when it comes to police, at least how practices are done in North Carolina, and I know that it happens a lot in other states as well, that when you go to a call and somebody makes an accusation of somebody being beat on, if there's no actual proof of anything happening, then it is upon you to go to the magistrate's office and file those charges. The police can't go and put their hand on the Bible and say, okay, yeah, this is what happened, and we swear to this, and this is why we're arresting them. So that's why a lot of the times when police come out there.
No, a lot of time is what would happen. Now, I want y'all to, this might sound funny, but I want y'all to think about this. We got you're the policeman, excuse me. Got two domestic calls. One, you're going to white domestic, and then you're going to black domestic. Usually, when you go to the white domestic, you see the white lady outside smoking a cigarette. I'm like, he in there. He beat my ass again. I'm getting tired of getting beat on. Y'all gonna have to do something with him. But when the police come to the black dysfunction, the black man usually outside, short shirt turned off of him, scratched up, bruised up, skint up. Yeah, she in there. She won't let me back in the house. You got to do something. You got to get her out. Look at me. Look at my shirt. Look at my car.
Nobody gets arrested because they don't have the actual proof of who assaulted who.
Oh, they got proof. Usually, most of the damage comes first, and when you first hit her. And usually there's a paper trail of how many times the policemen have come out to your house. I see on March 5th, we was out here. March 7th, we was out here. April 10th, we was out here. So-and-so, we was out here. And all of them for this domestic violence call. And usually you are the culprit of it. This one time that I came out here and I see that she put her hands on you. But usually, even in some cases, when the woman don't press charges on you, if the policeman sees a hint of a mark on her, because a lot of women wouldn't press charges, the state picks up the charges. They're going to take you to jail. The police going to stop coming to folks' house. Y'all picking up the phone, dialing 911, saying, help me. And when they get there, acting like ain't nothing happened. Somebody in that house going to jail. I know that's how it is in South Carolina. If there's a mark or look like there's been a whole lot of disturbance, somebody leaving that house. You better hope he let you leave voluntarily. Because the last thing you will hear before you look back and see that your porch light getting turned off is, watch your head, son.
I'm not dismissing what he's saying is wrong, because there's still people in the chat that agrees with him. I'm not dismissing what he's saying is wrong. What I'm speaking to, Diesel, is the mindset of it all, right? And the mindset that I'm speaking to is that as a man, we cannot sit here and say that a man is weak because he calls the police. Even though I get the argument that not only just him, but also Papi Blanco is bringing up that yes, as a man, you can be considered a punk for how it is that if you don't call the police on a woman that's acting out, then because she's not going to suffer any consequences if you do call the police. My thing is this: just leave. And
that's it. Just leave. We don't need to hear the angry man no more. I'll probably be back again a little bit later on with some more angry man shenanigans. But that's it, Sel. Again, I'll agree with you again. Just leave. Just walk out the door. Just turn around, because you're not welcome anymore. There's all kind of songs out there that will tell you don't put your hands on that woman because some bad shit gonna happen. Leave her alone. Let her go. I don't love you anymore. When you leave, cut out the light and close the door. So much easier than spending 6 months in jail. So much easier than being considered a woman beater. So much easier to pick up and say discretion be the better part of valor. It ain't worth it. And as a man, how comfortable are you laying down and wanting to partake in the goodness of that woman after you done punched her in the fucking face? The submission y'all looking for does not come at the end of your fist. The measure of the man that y'all try to be does not come from your pockets. That's what these women are not looking for. Sorry. If you think that's what they're looking for, you're dead wrong. Now, coming up on Wednesday, I'm going to leave the realm of the loose nigga roundups because I see a lot of people talking about relationships. So I'm going to do a little something on relationships coming up this Wednesday. See how we do with that one. Without the angry man. Without some naysayers. And let's see how we do with that. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, let's see what's going on. Monday night at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, we have DJ Dreadhead Said with Hook and Hennessy show. Plays a little volume of music from all different genres. Tuesday night, you can catch me at Classic R&B Jams, my smooth jazz and indie artist show. Wednesdays, we have John Amato and Dimitri K. Thursdays, we have DJ Ed and DJ Dreadhead Said with 5 hours of house mix. Fridays, we have DJ Jeff Daniels. Saturday, DJ Juby Joe. All kinds of great music for you over there for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Classic R&B Jams, folks. Check it out. Again, folks like to holler black owned and all this other stuff. I don't need that because I play my radio station is for everybody. I play a little bit of everything there, especially when you're at work. So check it out there, folks, if you don't mind. The new platform will be out pretty soon to where you'll be able to sign up and do a few things over there. I gave you a sneak preview of it earlier. Big things coming, folks. But other than that, watch your 3, your 6, your 9. And remember, grace a day costs you absolutely nothing, folks. Say hello to someone. Might change the way they're thinking. Might change the way they're living. You never know. If you walk past them, don't say hello. And keep your hands to yourself. Have a great one, folks.
Look, all you motherfuckers been snitching for him and shit. Well, now you standing up in here and goddamn it talking about preach it, preacher, preach it, preacher. Fuck that nigga. Fuck that. I'm gonna shoot your ass too, motherfucker. Keep going. You gonna get shot too, nigga. You gonna get shot. God bless the fool, goddamn it. God bless the fool. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna end this goddamn thing. Look, where's that goddamn money bowl at? Who got that money bowl? We're taking that money right now before you leave this bitch. We ain't leaving out here for free, motherfucker. Yeah. Y'all know the motherfucker ain't no good. You want, look,